I think we're celebrating recently a very special anniversary.
Yeah, we tape a little bit ahead. So I don't know exactly when this is going to come out, but today is September 13th. And my whole career in late night started on September 13th, 1993. So it's been exactly 30 years since I started. And it feels like a long, because so much has happened, it feels like a long time ago, but I will always remember that day that we did our first television show. And a lot of young people don't know, or rightly don't care. But at the time it was kind of a, who is this guy? I was a complete unknown and hadn't been on television. And so people were, I think half the audience was tuning in just to see someone try to jump their motorcycle over a canyon and fail.
Oh, no.
I have very fond memories of the show. It was a really fun first show. It was electrifying to get to do it.
You were a baby.
I was 29 when I auditioned.
That's crazy.
And then I had just turned 30 when I got the job. And then we put it together very quickly in a couple of months. And I do have to get this all down on paper someday because it is a wild story. But with the help of really talented, funny people, and got a good crew together, some of whom are still with me today. Jeff Ross, still with me. Mr. Frank Smiley, still with me. Paula Davis. Gina, of course, Batista.
Yeah.
And Andy. I still see Andy almost every day because he does his podcast here in the building. And so we see each other a lot. And Andy was out there with me, and he had been hired as a writer. And immediately I thought, this guy, I just want him next to me because I'm going on the nose cone of a rocket into space. I'm probably going to get killed. I'd like to have this funny guy next to me. And so that was a blessing.
So there was no original plan for you to have a sidekick?
No, there was no original plan for anything. And the whole thing had to come together very quickly. But that first show, we worked really hard. And Robert Smigel, my original head writer, he and I had this vision of what we wanted, and we worked very hard. And Jeff Ross was there helping us make it happen, and he was instrumental in the whole operation. And we decided that we wanted this very silly kind of sense of humor. And we worked so hard. We had pre-tapes. We had everything just lined up. So we knew our first show was going to be good. We knew it was going to be loaded with a lot of good stuff. So people subsequently said, oh, you must have been terrified that day. And I remember thinking, no, I was just excited to get going.
Really?
Yeah, I was. I was excited. I was so excited to get going because the whole summer people were like, who the fuck are you? And that was my mom.
Speaking of that, you know how I heard about you?
What?
From my mom. I was away at college and she said, this is the new guy they're putting on, Conan O'Brien. Yeah. And then she really liked you. She watched the show.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. I didn't have a TV at college or I would have tuned in.
It was a different time. No one had... It's funny. I go back to colleges now and they have televisions and computer, whatever. I didn't have a... Of course, there weren't televisions when I went to college. We had curved top radios. But anyway, it was a really special day. And so it was just funny to wake up today and think, I had some texts from people saying, wow, 30 years ago today, and that changed my life completely.
Yeah.
And was great. And, obviously lots of ups and downs, but just I wouldn't change a thing. Absolutely amazing. And then I just keep thinking about the different eras or sections. So went through that whole late night thing. And then Sona, I don't meet you till really the end of the late night thing and the beginning of the Tonight Show. Thanks for your help with that.
Oh. Sounded like you were blaming me.
No, a lot of people are.
A lot of people,
Oh, okay. Oh, well, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well,
Oh,
you
I'm
were the one
reason.
thing that changed.
Yes.
Okay. Everything was going along swimmingly. Then I came along.
You're like, I can help. Yeah. Oh, no, look out. But no, you showed up, and then that whole era, like the tour and everything at TBS was, and this podcast and meeting you, Matt. I mean, it sounds sappy, but I cannot believe my good fortune. I just keep meeting new people that challenge me in different ways, and I get to have more and more fun. It just seems like I'm off the charts blessed. So
half your life you have been a figure.
No, that would make me 60. No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh,
And,
okay.
yeah.
Oh,
we're putting out a press release that I am
29. You turned
1/3 of your
30.
life.
I am 30 years ago.
I am 44.
Oh, okay.
We're putting it. My publicist had this idea this morning that I'm going to 44 now.
Do you want to go back at the opening of this segment and say we recorded this in 1998?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Well, I think President Clinton's doing a bang-up job. I also just want to take a second to say, I'm 60 now, and I was 29 when I auditioned, then 30 when we did the show. And it's so funny when I look at clips now from that first show or that first year of that first show. I can't believe they let that guy on television. He's so young and goofy, and my hair was insane.
I don't know why, but I feel like, you found your stride very quickly, too, though. I mean, I feel like you started and everyone just started talking about you.
That's true. I heard about you from my mom, but then it was all my friend circles, and we would just watch and eat it up.
That's nice.
I would never tell you probably enough what a fan I was of you.
You have never mentioned it.
I've mentioned it at least once.
Talked about this.
Yeah, maybe in my sleep it came out.
I think so.
But no, I really.
Well, you know what's interesting, and I actually think this is the way things should be, but most of what we heard about back then, because there wasn't an internet, was we just heard from TV critics who were not happy. And so we heard all this negativity, and the network wasn't happy. And so we were only mostly just getting negativity. And then I remember the first summer that we made it through the fall and this long, dark winter and a lot of criticism, and it was tough. And then we made it to the summer, and kids got out of college and they came to see the show live in Rock Forest Center. And suddenly I'd walk out, and and Robert Smigel, I talked to him about this. He remembers it too. Starting in June, I'd walk out for the monologue or for the warm-up, and the crowd would go crazy. And I would think, is there someone behind me that they want to see? But I had no idea. We had no idea. We had no idea. And then, of course, they all went back to school in the fall.
Do you think that you would have read stuff if people talked about it? Because you're very big on not reading.
No, but I would have. It would have. There are all these young performers today, comedians who were watching then, who tell me, who are so established and good, and they tell me that they were watching then and really liking it. And my reaction is always to a hater or Mulaney or a Nick Kroll or any of these people, why didn't you tell me? And they're like, I was a kid, idiot. We didn't know. I thought everyone hated me.
And I did. I sent letters.
I shredded all the letters. If there wasn't cash in there, I shredded them. But
30 years, that's truly remarkable and impressive. So congratulations.
And it is an amazing, because I don't ever see anything like that happening again, where they just take someone who no one has ever really heard of and then make them host a storied franchise.
Well, also, I think the television business has changed so much that at the time, now there's so much television that you're always, you can go home at night and you can watch 10,000 television shows literally on all these streaming services, and they can be populated with people you've never heard of. Or you can go on the computer and watch YouTube clips, and it's everybody you've never seen before. But this was back in this other era where literally there's 2 late night shows, and and now there's going to be there's this third one. So we're giving a third person in America a chance. Who shall it be? What's the population of America? About 340 million. All right. Who should it be? Lauren Michaels, what do you think? I think maybe Conan O'Brien. Done!
Let's see. We'll need another man.
Yeah. And so it's just so weird because...
It is crazy. It's crazy.
I shouldn't have had that chance and got it. And I've just been... and then, as you know, Sona, met Liza shooting a remote on the show, so that would never have happened.
And you met your husband because of the show?
I met my husband because of the show. Yeah.
And I'm marrying Matt Gorley because he's here on the podcast, which wouldn't have happened if it weren't for the show.
Well, other people on the show
so
have
happy.
married each other and met because of the show. Like there's babies because of this show.
Oh, yeah. Also, I think many people made babies at 12:30 at night back then.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because there was nothing else. So many people used to say, I watched you last night because I was up fucking. I'd say, what an awful phrase.
That's too much.
Maybe
that's TMI.
That's the key to your longevity is that you're an aphrodisiac and then you made another generation of people that were beholden to you.
They made it very clear they were having sex when a cat stepped on the remote and the TV came on. God damn it, I can't finish. Why? Because that idiot's on. His hair's going every which way. He's jerking around. He's talking too much. His voice is weird. That comedy's abrasive and strange.
And this is you talking.
No,
with an accent.
Yeah. All right. Well, feel very fortunate today to just have been around for this ride.
Yeah.
Well done.
And now, goodbye forever.
Oh,
no.
Wait, that was unforeseen.
Well, it just felt like I should ride off now.
No.
Okay, I'll stick
we need
around.
you to keep
Okay.
going.
All right, okay.
I have a house to pay off.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's a nice house. This is a interesting time in our lives, going through a lot of changes, probably most important being that Sona, I think by the time people hear this, you will be the mother of 2 boys.
Yeah, it's very soon. We did record ahead of time.
Yeah, we've recorded a bit ahead of time, but right now I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
And I will say, because I know you have a lot of fans out there, Sona, and everybody's blown away. Sona has come by the show a bunch of times with her husband Tak just to visit. You look beautiful. You look,
That's
and
so nice.
everyone's blown away by how amazing you look.
Huh.
You are extremely pregnant,
Yeah.
but it is all localized. It's all right in your belly, and you can tell there are 2 strapping young fellows in there.
Strapping young fellows. I do. I feel huge. They move around a lot, but yeah, I feel like I'm kind of crushing pregnancy.
You are.
You are.
I feel good. I shouldn't be here. That's something. Like I think my doctor would not like me just like constantly going and driving to, West Hollywood for your last shows. But I have FOMO, and so
FOMO is, I like to point out, fear of missing out.
Yeah.
I have JOMO, which is joy of missing out.
Yeah. I have FOMO, which is fear of missing out on a reference. I didn't know what FOMO was for a while, and I was confused. But now I know. Yeah. So you've been coming.
Yes.
I wanted this made very clear. Some people may think because of the nature of our relationship that I'm forcing you this late in a pregnancy with twins to come in. I tried to do that, but then was told that it's illegal.
Yeah, last time we came to Earwolf to record, then we were going to Largo and I asked you for a ride and you told me to take the bus. Do you remember that?
I did.
Yeah.
I said there's a bus stop right over there and I had plenty of room in my car.
You had plenty of room.
But I said, no, there's a bus right there. And then you were giving all the reasons. And we'll go on like this for a while. And people hear us and think that I'm just an insane person because I'll commit to it and I'll say, there's no reason you can't take the bus. And you're like, and you said, you're going to the Largo Theater. That's where I'm going. And you have room in your car. And I'm very pregnant with twins. And I'll say, I'll give you the money for the bus.
Yeah.
And you can pay me back. And people hear us doing this and they just go home and think, that man's a horrible monster.
Well, it was like that one time when I was holding a plate of watermelon and you barreled down the stairs and you kicked them out of my hand.
This is years ago before you were pregnant.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because it was okay before I was
fine.
pregnant.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, I did that to a pregnant woman. That's horrible. Doing it to a woman who is not pregnant, that's hilarious.
But there were a couple crew guys there who were looking like horrified.
Yes.
And I said, I wanted to be like, no, he does this all the time. And I
like
do
that's
this to
okay.
him. It's fine.
You're enabling him.
This is how it is.
No.
I remember kicking that slice of watermelon and it went flying. It was such a good kick.
Oh, good. I'm glad you were happy with yourself.
Yeah, no, it really made me change the error of my ways. We're going through a lot of changes.
Horrible,
You're going to, by the time people hear this, you'll have these 2 boys. I don't know if you've decided on
Do you have the names set? I don't want to hear what they are, but you know what the names are?
We're pretty confident we have the names. Yeah, we're pretty confident.
And is one Conan? You can say if it's not.
It's not.
Is the other one Conan?
Is the other one Conan?
No, the other one's neither one of them are Conan. No offense. It's just no.
Doesn't seem to be.
Okay. I won't do that.
All right. Well, I don't need the competition. I don't need like another Conan Gray out there.
Oh, yeah.
Me. So this is maybe it's best. Maybe it's for the best. But anyway, if you change your mind, just let me know.
Yeah.
It's available. Does not seem to be a popular name. I don't know what happened. But the other big change is that I've been doing pretty much a nightly show more or less nonstop since 1993. It's been 28 years, and we're in the process of wrapping it up right now on TBS. And then, you know me, Sona, I'll go on to do other things.
Yes.
I'm kind of a hyperactive person who likes to make stuff. But this is it's a big transition. And people keep asking me, are you okay? Are you okay? How are you feeling? And I feel fine. But then I think, what if I'm so Catholic and Irish? What if I'm just blocking it? What if I'm blocking up some powerful emotions? And are one of those going to come to the surface? Maybe not for years. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But I have been walking around thinking, am I supposed to be,
sad?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I think that that it's the right time to do this. Yep. I think that that you're good. And I mean, it's television. It's like, who watches TV anymore anyway, right?
Oh, now I'm just depressed. So I devoted 28 years of my life to something that nobody gives a shit about, which is actually, I do have a kind of, people think that I'm being gloomy when I say these things, but I'm really not. I very much think, do your work, do the best that you can, really try and enjoy it. And that has all happened for me to such an insane degree. And then move on, because there's other things to do, and having such a great wife in Liza, and these two kids, Nevin, Beckett, and we just have such a great family life, and there's so much more to do that you think just keep moving, just move on, get on with it. And I think people think a lot about, well, what will my legacy be? And I think I think the world has so much more important stuff to think about. I really do. And I think it'll be out there on the internet and people can peruse it.
That's the thing. It's always going to be there.
It's just going to be there, and it's bouncing around in space, and aliens are watching it and saying, he gets much better after 94.
Congratulations, sincere congratulations too, for my God, that you do have a huge legacy and a huge body of work that is incredible.
Well, it's funny. It's all I ever wanted was, I used to talk about this. It sounded so pretentious, but when I was 21 and 22, I would tell people would ask me, what do you think you want to do? And I said, I just want a body of work. And I thought, what 22-year-old says I want a body of work? But weird. I talked about it all the time. And then I never thought that it would be a masturbating bear and a dog puppet that says horrible things to people and just a million other things. But I'm delighted with it. And people can like it or not like it, but it's all out there, and it makes me very happy. So yeah, you're right. I don't think there's a reason to be
not sad. I also, as your employee, and I think I speak for a lot of people who work on your show. It has been one of the, it has been just the best place to work. You're a great boss. This is actually, I'm being sincere.
No,
and that's right. A lot of people have worked on this show since the very beginning.
Yeah, we have a couple of people that have been with us. I mean, really, it's actually a shocking number. I would say it's a bunch of people that were with me in 1993, and I still talked, and they still work on the show, and I still talk to them every day. And that's pretty stunning. Like, we've all gone through so much together.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay. Now I'm starting to feel things.
Oh,
all right.
That's nice.
No, it's bad.
It's okay to feel.
Wow.
You should feel.
No. It was just gas.
Oh, what?
It was gas, sort of up near my sternum.
Okay.
It just shifted.
Hey there. Welcome to Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. I am the aforementioned Conan O'Brien, Aries.
Okay.
Brookline, Massachusetts. Quite a life I've had. I guess it's drawing to a close now. And I'm being joined by Sona Movsesian. Sona, how are you?
Can I ask a question?
Go for
This
it.
has been a while.
Ugh.
Can we change the name of the podcast to Conan O'Brien, Sona Movsesian, and Matt Gorley Need a Friend?
You know what? I think that's a really good idea. And Matt Gorley's is here as well.
Gemini.
Yeah, Gemini.
Libra.
I enjoy pasta and long walks on the beach with pasta. Your question, Sona, no, the answer is no.
Oh.
And it's not even up to me at this point. I think the great Adam Sachs, who's in the room at all times, our overlord, our overseer, he would say, oh, terrible idea to change the branding at this point. It would diffuse, and he's nodding vigorously.
Well, it's also false because we don't need friends because we have each other.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm just saying maybe Conan O'Brien needs a friend with Matt Gorley and Sona Movsesian.
Yeah, no, it dilutes the brand, and it's bad for merch. And listen,
Is it bad for merch?
What if we just lose your name and it's just the two of us?
Yeah.
Okay, good luck with that. And then
Needs a friend.
I would say enjoy the poorhouse, but this isn't Dickensian London. I wish there were poorhouses still.
What?
You know? Yeah, they used to throw you into the poorhouse, and then it's in every Dickens novel. Someone gets thrown into the poorhouse, and you can't get out of the poorhouse unless you give the money back, but you can't make the money back if you're in the poorhouse.
Because you've stolen something? Is that how?
No, not even. Someone will just get into debt, and they would come by and they would say, we're taking you to the poorhouse. And they would throw you in, and then you couldn't get out for the longest time.
I've heard that term. I never thought about what it was.
Yes, it goes back to, it's all over Dickens. There's so many things in Dickens I wish would come back. Poorhouse, pickpockets. Where are all the pickpockets, by the way?
Street urchins.
Street urchins.
Yeah.
There's so much good stuff.
Old hags.
Old hags wearing tattered wedding dresses.
Yeah.
Governor, that kind of thing.
Just bowls of porridge and gruel.
Yeah, may I have some? Please, sir, may I have some more?
More porridge,
more
gruel.
No, I don't think he even says. He just says, may I have some more?
Sorry.
Sorry, sir.
Are you guys doing the same person? You're both doing Oliver?
My guy's Australian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm doing Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Okay.
I'll claw you with me claws. It's all fucked up what I'm doing right now. It doesn't make any sense. Hello, Deadpool.
And I'm doing Schwarzenegger. Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
I'll be right back. Uzi 9mm.
Oh, okay.
I'll be back.
It's like a Dickens Wolverine crossover.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, that Deadpool movie, I really did enjoy it. I'm going to just say that. We're not getting paid to say that. Saw that with my son Beckett. We had a blast. It was really fun. I know I've mentioned this before, but I always think about it when I was in a gym and I was really proud of myself. I've told you this, right?
Yeah.
And I was working out in a hotel gym in Atlanta, and I was really like, hey, I think I'm working out really hard. And then on my peripheral vision, I saw someone without a shirt doing an insane workout where they were pulling up their whole body effortlessly. And I looked over at Hugh Jackman, and he looks at me and like winked and was like, hey, mate, whatever. And I was just thought, Jesus, my penis went up inside my body. It crawled up into my lung.
Oh.
It's never come out. I keep trying to lure it out with a little bit of cheese.
Yeah.
Your penis eats cheese.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
My penis is, some penises are lactose intolerant. Mine's a real cheese eater.
A real cheese
Every
hound.
time when I was dating, I'd drop my pants. Someone would say, oh, a cheese eater, eh?
That's very Dickens.
Yeah. Cheese eater, eh? And my penis would be holding a piece of Gouda with its tiny little hand.
Well, I've never more emphatically put up a rap sign. So let's go ahead.
To review, a Dickensian woman would see me drop my pants and go, cheese eater, eh? Cock likes its Gouda, eh?
You got a real milk sipper. Right? You got a cream guzzler, governor.
Well, I'm so glad. This is why PBS won't underwrite our podcast. I always wanted to say supported by Foundation for the Arts, but no, they listen to my, cock-eating cheese bits, and then we don't get the funding that I think we deserve.
Yeah, public funding.
Yes, from the Angela Lansbury Foundation.
Yeah, the country should pay for this.
I think.
Oh, they're paying for it.
Listen, yeah, they are paying. In their own way, people are paying all over. I really want to keep applying for grants. Let's start applying for grants.
Yeah.
So that the money would be taken away from programs in
like
schools,
Nova.
and programs like Nova. And I would get it, and then people would be outraged, and they would listen to the podcast like, why is he? Well, let's check it out. Maybe it's educational.
So it'd be
you
like,
got a real Gouda eating Cokaroo.
brought to you by a generous grant from the W.M. Keck Foundation.
Oh, did the Senate hearings? Sir, are you aware?
Brought to you by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. They're not together anymore.
There's no transition here.
Is it just the Gates Foundation now?
Is it?
Yeah, good cul-de-sac there, Sona. Good instinct, just as I get into the intro. Really good. Okay. Well, time to get into the intro.
But are Bill and Melinda still together?
It's still the
Is it elite? Would it still be a joint?
I'm holding out hope they might get back together.
Aww.
Hey there, and welcome to Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. Everything is different today. Everything is different today, and not in a good way. Let me explain. Matt Gorley called in. He says he's sick.
Yeah.
I suspect him of just goofing around or
Oh.
whatever. He didn't seem sick. I saw him yesterday. I saw him this morning.
Do you guys hang out without me?
I live with him. Yeah. We live together.
I saw him on a Zoom today. He looked rough.
Oh, he did? Maybe he might really
He was
be
laying
sick.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
God.
it doesn't mean he's sick. It just means he's relaxing. Anyway, Matt Gorley not here. So what happens is they said, okay, Matt Gorley's not here. Is it okay if David Hopping sits in? And I'm like, ugh.
Sure.
But then I said,
so.
okay, no, David, you know that you filled in for Sona.
Mhm.
You now do the day-to-day assistant stuff. And Sona, I don't know what you do, but somehow you get paid more than you ever were paid before. But anyway, who can understand how this company works? I don't know who's in charge. So you're sitting in, but then we're about to record, and a bunch of people I don't even know come into the studio, and they say, the camera's down, Conan's camera's down. People were scrambling around because this can also be seen on the YouTube.
Yeah.
It can be seen on the various...
The YouTube?
On the YouTube?
The YouTube.
Well,
Yeah.
on the various YouTubes.
Yes, YouTube.
Feel free to jump in at any time there. Sure, talk a lot.
YouTube and our social channels.
Yes,
At
yes.
Tim Coco.
No. And don't feel like I just shamed you. You're allowed to jump in whenever you want.
Yeah.
Just make sure it's valuable. So there's video.
Yeah.
My camera's down. My camera's usually right across from me that way, but now my camera's way over to this side.
Yeah.
And I have to torque my whole body to see my camera and put those blue peepers into the everlasting light. Now, here's the other thing that's different. Sona usually sits over on this side.
Yeah.
Next to me.
you.
She's always to my right. Andy Richter, all those years that I was doing the talk show, almost 30 years, was to my right. Sona is now diagonally across from me.
Yeah.
And so I don't like that.
Oh.
I don't like anything that's happening today. And I look directly across from me, and you're here, David.
Yeah.
So everything, and I know people say, what's the diff? What's the big diff? Larry Bird. Larry Bird, when he played for the Celtics, and he was on that parquet floor in the old Garden, he knew where the dead spots were in the wood. He knew that court inside and out. And this is my court. I am Larry Bird. This is my parquet floor. The year is 1984, and I'm playing at an incredible elite level. And I've got a very wispy mustache on my upper lip. And I come from French Lick. And my shorts are way too short, like everyone else in the NBA. I mean, you're just about to see anything jump out at any second. Oh, no. That's me. And then suddenly they said to Larry Bird in 1984, something's going on with the Garden. We got a problem. You're not going to play there. And also, your teammates that you rely on aren't going to be there. Some of them are missing. Well, who's missing? Well, Robert Parrish isn't going to. Robert Parrish isn't going to be there. Kevin McHale's not going to be there. Who's going to fill in? Bert Zeisterman and Josh Galabana.
Oh.
They're sitting in. What's that?
You're saying Larry Bird didn't know how to play on the road? It's not like the Celtics played all their games at home.
Yeah.
Eduardo?
Yeah.
If you ever speak to me again, it'll be the last time you speak to me. No, I'm just saying that he's preparing himself for a home game. Sure. Okay, yes, I know that they would play on the road, but I'm sure Larry Bird familiarized himself with those courts as well. What I'm saying is they took away some of his personnel, okay, his teammates, his chums, and the people that he's used to playing with. Then they said, guess what? We're not even going to play on a basketball court today. You're going to be playing in the bin of balls.
What?
The bin of balls.
They just changed
at Chuck E. Cheese.
They changed your camera.
No, they want me to dribble a ball in the bin of balls at Chuck E. Cheese.
Okay.
And so I'm trying to dribble the ball, and it's just bashing into all these other. Huh?
Nobody calls it. They call it a ball pit.
Ball pit.
Yeah, what's
It's
bin
not called
of
a bin
balls?
of balls.
What is that?
I've never heard the term pit. It's a ball pit.
I've
Ball
never
pit.
been there. I've only seen it in commercials.
Well, it's there. The ball pit's
and so I never
gone.
heard it identified. I've only seen kids emerge from it looking more frightened than happy.
Yeah.
Like they survived ash rain at Pompeii. But that's all I've seen. But no announcer ever said, and you'll enjoy the ball pit. I never heard it named, so I just said, that is a bin that's been filled with balls. So I had to make up my own name, and it stuck with me. All I'm saying, if I can be allowed to finish my sentiment, is that I'm 1984 Larry Bird. I've been taken away from Boston Garden on the parquet floor. I've been stripped of Robert Parrish and Kevin McHale. And I'm trying to bounce a basketball in a bin of balls at Senor Chuck E. Cheese. That's what I'm saying.
I don't mean to keep bursting in here, and I'm sorry about this, but also can I say I'm realizing Sona normally.
I'm looking into my camera right now.
Normally, Sona sits between you and I.
Yes.
And you many times during the interview will look over at Sona, and I hide behind Sona and her hair. Now I've got like the Eye of Sauron directly. There's nothing.
Yes.
How do you deal with this, Sona?
Well, first of all, you should be happy because I would have fired you a long time ago.
I know.
I can see you now, and I'm irritated.
I want to crawl underneath
You
the
should,
desk.
and also, let's get something straight. A lot can hide behind Sona's hair.
You know what?
I mean, there could be a Volkswagen bus back there.
Come on.
I'm just saying, you should be proud of it. You have thick, luxuriant hair.
I do.
It's all over the place. It's everywhere. And then you put these products in it.
Yes. A lot of
Various
products.
waxes and Eastern oils.
Why are they Eastern?
I don't know.
You know what? I'm the one who moved. Everything is different for me. You don't even look at the camera when we're recording most of the time. Nothing's changed for you.
They also asked you to move and you said no.
Yes.
That's true.
They did ask me to move and I refused, which took an extra 10 minutes.
They had to bring in a whole other ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm sure Larry Bird wasn't always easy to work with back in 1984. All I'm saying is the analogy holds.
Okay.
I'm an elite A-list athlete in the mid-'80s, and everything's been changed up on me. And yet still, I think I've put a lot of points on the board.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Oh,
Right?
my God.
Pretty good, huh?
I don't know. It's,
wrap
I don't
it
know.
up?
Yeah, wrap.
God.
Well, guess what? My guest today put on the old glasses. Remember when I didn't have to wear glasses? Falling apart here. My guest, you know what I'm going to get is a lorgnette. Shouldn't we get one of those lorgnettes?
I didn't even know that was the word for it.
Yeah, and it's also called bin of balls. I want to get a lorgnette, which is the thing a society lady puts up to, ooh, Groucho. You know.
Also, bin of balls just tells me you've never been to a birthday at Chuck E. Cheese.
No, I never have been.
Okay.
And maybe I'm sad about that.
Oh,
and
I'm
maybe
sorry.
all these jokes are hiding a wound.
I also used to hear one time a kid died in the ball pit, and I think
Like
it
suffocated?
was yeah. Like they got stuck underneath them, but it's not true. It's an urban legend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just make sure that's a potential legal matter.
Uh-huh.
No, it never happened at Chuck E. Cheese, and nothing bad ever happened at Chuck E.
We
Cheese.
should just cut that part out, but that's what I heard. And did you
I think
ever
you should-
hear that
I've
growing
heard
up?
it as
I think you
well.
should leave it
Yes.
in as a cautionary tale
Yeah,
about saying things about giant
but the ball
corporations.
pits are all gone now too.
Oh, that's
It's,
sad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fishy.
Well, they're Germany.
No more bin of balls.
Stop saying bin of balls. It's
Bin of
just
balls.
sad.
Yeah. Been there, done that. Okay.
Oh, boo.
My guest today-
It's hot dog time.
All right.
We're going to roast some weenies, I think they're called.
Yeah.
These are, by the way, handsome roasting
Ah.
tongs. What are they called? Spears? Tines?
Skewers?
Skewers? Yeah, skewer. That's
Here,
the
take,
word.
Take this guy.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Roasting some hot dogs here, and we're roasting them over.
I've never roasted a hot dog over a
You
fire.
haven't?
No.
And you don't get a real Christmas tree?
Okay. All
She's
right.
roasted fake hot dogs that she bought it. Okay, these are nice. So Now, the principle, correct me if I'm wrong, a hot dog is already cooked, right?
Right.
So this is all, is it just aesthetic or is it for flavor?
That's a good question. I guess it just for flavor.
Why is this fun for people who are listening?
Sona, you clearly don't understand what podcasts are all about. My life has been podcasting.
Oh, okay.
And it is, I think people love hearing us have experiences.
I think they like having a glimpse at the real life of us getting real, you know?
Is this us getting real?
Yeah, we're getting real.
What about, what's that? SSR? What is it when noises?
ASMR?
ASMR. I was thinking of a supersonic jet. Yes. People may like hearing us eat a hot dog.
I don't think
might be a sensual experience.
I don't think very many people like hearing others eat stuff.
No,
I think they like, I watched a video today of someone with long nails touching like some food. Here.
Like mukbang?
I'm gonna toast my bun
Why are
a
you
bit.
laughing so hard, Tanisha? What did I say? Because it was so random. Because I took a long time to just think of the word food. That's dumb.
Okay.
Are you guys done already?
I'm trying to cook my. I have now put the whole hot dog and bun.
It's gonna catch fire.
Will it? I just want it to toast up a bit.
I'm
I
with
like
you.
a toasty bun.
I'm with you. I want to toast my
And I think
bun.
what I'm doing is kind of actually innovative. Let me explain.
Wow.
At home, I think I've taken the two prongs of the skewer and I wedged the hot dog in between.
Yes!
The hot dog fell right out.
Oh, yes!
Couldn't have
The hot
timed it
dog.
better.
Please explain
what's great?
what happened, sir.
The hot dog slipped right into the flames as I was congratulating myself.
Oh my God, that was
And you know my
amazing.
favorite thing is? My favorite thing is for things to go awry as someone is congratulating themselves.
Yeah.
It's the best. Oh, and look! The rest of the bun just fell
Oh my
apart.
God. Do you want
Oh my
condiments?
God. Yeah, I do.
I'm just going to toast up what's left of my bun. Just going to toast that up. Well,
Oh God, I love a hot dog.
I could try again.
Do you guys like hot dogs?
You know what I like? Those street dogs that you can get when you're like
Thank
coming
you.
out of a bar or a club and they're out there with the
yeah.
Eduardo's nodding. He gets it.
What's
With
a
the,
street
like,
dog? I don't know what that is.
They're out there. They have onions.
They're out there.
And they're out there.
This is nice. Now, I'm going to get a little sentimental here. What year were we in your backyard, Gorley? Was that last year or 2 years ago?
2 years ago, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And that was nice. And now we're in Sona's backyard, which makes me think we'll be in my backyard someday.
Will you let us go there?
Well, I'll have to clear it with security in the area.
We're gonna have to zoom in.
No, we'll get you guys, and I'll get whatever. I'll take care of it.
This is so hard.
I'll have to make calls because I have some pretty big deal names live in my neighborhood, and so they can't. If you guys just drove in without clearance,
Right.
that'd be a whole disaster. You know what I mean?
Would it?
Yeah, I got to make sure that Joseph Gordon-Levitt's cool with you guys being in the neighborhood.
Chad Michael Murray.
Chad Michael Murray. Saul Esposito. I guess got to make sure that everybody knows that you're coming. He's more of a sound technician, but very
Do you
well
need
known.
these?
Well, you got
Ketchup and the mustard?
just a little mustard, please. I think
You want me to put it on there? Ah, fuck.
Jesus.
You guys, it's like you guys have never handled food before.
Sona, what's your
This is hard to do it this way. Here.
You're such a train wreck with everything.
My God.
No, just in life. I didn't mean it personally. I meant just every time you try to do anything, it's just a big mess and it's awful.
Oh my
So,
God.
right there. That's good. Thank you. Thanks, Gertz.
You want some ketchup?
No. You don't do ketchup on a hot dog, that's for sure. Not on my watch.
What?
No ketchup on a hot dog.
What?
That's crazy. That goes against the German tradition.
Why are you guys nodding? That's not right.
That's
That's not normal.
Yeah,
Well,
you don't.
hot dogs aren't German. You're thinking like bratwurst. Hot dogs are American. You put ketchup on hot dogs in America, you commie.
USA. USA. USA.
I don't think we're in the USA right now. I think we left the borders of the United States about 4 hours ago. I do love it here, and I'm going to make it my mission to learn more about this place they call Altadena, this magical land. It's lovely out here.
What are you going to learn about? Like the history and stuff?
Yeah, and just like when are you going to get a postal service, that kind of stuff. I'm just curious. At some point, it's the government has to provide postal service here. It's what you pay taxes for. Do you pay taxes? How does it work here?
Do I pay tax? Yeah.
Okay, all right. I just didn't know. It's so, we're really out here. But you should look into it because you have a right. You have a right as a citizen to have a postal truck.
Why are you laughing? Maybe I'm close and you're far. Maybe you're far.
Oh, for God's sake,
Maybe you're far.
No. I can roll out.
I'm close.
No. I can lean out my window and eat some of the best sushi in town. You just admitted pretty much that the only grocery store in Altadena closed 3 years ago, and you guys have to portage a canoe to go and get basic goods.
I did forget. I just told you that. I
What's
actually
the name of the
did tell you that.
Baja what?
Baja Ranch Market, which was the closest market to us, closed.
Well, really the only market.
You can drive far and go to another market.
Yes, many people can say that. You can be anywhere on the continent and say you can drive far and there will be a market. So your defense of Altadena is crumbling left and right. What I'm trying to do is I am your advocate. I am telling you that you have the right to postal service. You should have a working phone. You should have irrigation.
Awful.
Those are things that you should have. You're entitled to them.
Well, you don't think we have irrigation up here?
Well, what's that thing going on down the road? When we were driving up the road to get here, we passed over something that looked like an abandoned gully. What's that? What's going on there?
I don't know. I think that's just a reservoir.
No, it's not a reservoir because reservoirs have water in them. This looks like, does anyone know what I'm talking about? On the way up here.
Are you talking about the
I've seen a lot of nodding. On the way up here, David, would you get to a microphone, please? Do you remember when I commented on it as we passed? In that tiny car that you call a car?
Yeah, that I risked my life in riding with you, Sid.
Okay. David,
yes.
What did we see on the way up here, just before we got to Sona's house?
Yeah.
What was it? Describe it.
I don't know what it was. It was like a big, remember in, if you watch Parks and Rec, whenever they like fall down into that thing? It was like that. It looks like you're going to be walking and you're just going to like fall into this. You're just gonna go down.
I love your generation. If you need to describe something, you name a random TV show and say, remember that thing in that TV show? It's like that thing.
Yeah. This is the guy that was talking about Jack Lord's hair from Hawaii Five-0.
Well, using specifics.
I wanted to look like Jack Lord.
Specifics. I didn't say, that thing that was in that show with the thing.
Why do you act like you had it? Like you had a choice about what your hair would look like.
I don't think I cooked this hot dog enough. The center, it just doesn't taste right.
Are there more hot dogs?
And it's important. We're not doing ads for the hot dogs, right? No. This is just a great ambiance. I don't like these hot dogs.
This one's kind of weak ass.
These are LL Bean hot dogs.
Yeah, who got the hot dogs? No, who got the hot dogs?
Ralph?
Did you get these from the closed Baja Fresh supermarket? Because you know what? When they close the supermarket, sometimes they don't throw out all the food.
Oh, no.
And I have a suspicion that Shalemi broke into a window and went into the long, refrigerated section and took hot dogs from the Eisenhower administration.
That one looks less. Is that what they always look like?
No, this looks different. What happened?
Well,
Did you change the wieners on us?
The first three were microwaved a little bit just to get a pre-cook going.
Where were they microwaved? I don't have a microwave.
Oh, Ralph cooked them in the kitchen. He did something.
I don't have a microwave.
He cooked them in the kitchen.
They said we microwaved them in Sona's kitchen, and Sona just said, I don't have a microwave. That means that Rao put them in a shoebox, waited 30 seconds, and then took them out of the shoebox.
But these are just straight from the package. I would just cook them more, basically.
No, but just on chills.
No, I can't eat another one.
Are these like
I can't.
really good grade A hot dogs, or are these
This is the real deal. This is like a ballpark.
I think you need another wood.
These are the real deal.
You just want
It's real deal hot dogs.
You just want to make sure it's cooked all the way through.
Really? Why? Could I get sick?
No, you're fine. I mean, they're cooked. Hot dogs are cooked already.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Sicker.
This doesn't taste
just
right
makes
on the
them warm.
inside.
But you're still eating them.
There's a piece of jewelry in this.
I love that you're complaining about it, but you're still eating it.
Hey,
It's the fun of a hot dog.
I grew up in the Depression, meaning my mom was depressed. And
Everyone's laughing at that. That's terrible.
it was bad at the time, but it's funny now.
You need more on that, don't you?
I don't know.
You did it so quickly. I was roasting for a while.
I like it the way I like it.
You like a raw
I think we have to
wiener.
go back to what did Rao think he was doing when he put the hot dog in a box in your house and waited.
How do you reheat things in your house?
We put him in the toaster oven.
Oh, so that's what he did.
But you got to put him in there for a while.
He was in there for a while.
You zap it for like a minute,
He was
like
in
a
there for a
microwave.
while.
Why don't you guys have a microwave?
But these, the ones I just gave you right here, are not reheated. So
we
you want to.
we don't do microwaves. Microwaves are not good.
They don't have them in Altadena?
No, do you think microwaves are unhealthy?
No, I think they don't taste good when you reheat stuff with microwaves. They get mushy. What's worse than a mushy pizza for that you reheat in a microwave?
You can't put a pizza in the microwave, that's true, but there are many things you can put in a microwave.
You could also just reheat it normally, and it takes like a minute longer.
Okay. I guess you win this argument.
I do, because you had no response.
Yeah,
1
I
point
guess
for
so.
Sona. I won that one.
Yeah. Take that 1 point and put it in that big empty jar of points.
Big empty jar of points.
Yeah.
So the jar has a lot of points in it.
No.
Because you said
no
it has
points.
a jar of points.
Yeah.
How is it empty if it's got a whole jar of points?
It's
Win
got
that
two.
one again. Put another one in my jar.
Clang.
I'm
Echo,
winning.
echo, 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 echo.
I go thunk. And then it's
That's
like
3 points you got in
all
there.
the noise.
I'm leaving.
There's no more noise because it just goes thunk and it hits all the other points that I have. Because
You know
all
what I
I
have?
do is win,
I have-
win, no matter what.
I have aqueducts that I have points that are just in aqueducts, and there's runoffs and channels, and it's points are just flowing everywhere.
Your
There's so many points.
never count because you give yourself points, and those aren't real points. But the world gives me points. Society gives me points.
No, society's giving
Everybody
you.
here gave me those points.
They didn't give you any points. I didn't see any point transaction. I have just waterfalls. There's an electric plant that's completely powered. Turbines are turning because my points are shooting through it all the time.
All of Altadena is built with my points. This entire city
Well,
didn't exist
talk
before
about building
I
a
moved.
castle upon sand. I mean, this is biblical. If Altadena is built on your points, everyone should flee this jurisdiction immediately.
No, everyone's
That's a
living
terrible place to
comfortably.
live.
My neighbors are here. They
Yeah.
live comfortably. I live comfortably.
You know, you won't get home
sturdy.
insurance the minute they find out your house is built on your points.
I have so many points.
You've got
You're
no
so
points.
jealous.
You've got nothing.
I win all the time. It's like sometimes I'm just like I'm so tired of winning all
You
the
can
time.
see
Like,
my
how
points
do
from
I
space.
lose?
If
How
you're
do
in,
I lose?
if you're in an orbiter, you can see my points from space, and they're often mistaken for the city of Las Vegas. Because they're so bright and so shiny and so massed.
You know what? I just talked to an astronaut and they're like, those aren't real points. But Sona's points are real points. My points are real points. Your points are fake points you give yourself. It's like when you say something that you think it's a joke and you're like, that was real funny because no one laughed. And then you're like, that was real funny.
When I say something's really funny, I'm a professional. That means that's like 11 points right there.
No, I think you're just sad because nobody's laughing. And you're like, I'm just going to make
I've never
myself
said
feel
something
better.
and not heard laughter, and I don't know what that would sound like.
I
you know what I mean? If I ever say something and there's no laughter, I would probably kill myself immediately. That's how used to laughter I am. I'm so used to laughter that the absence of it would probably cause my heart to liquefy and then explode.
I have not.
Or I'm not going to say explode and then
so
liquefy.
many times. I not laugh. When I not laugh, I get more
When I not
points.
laugh. Listen, Hulk, Hulk, I like you, Hulk. You're good. Hulk, good. But Hulk wrong about points. Conan right about points. Hulk wrong.
I think
that's a nice sweater you're wearing. I'm going to change the subject just for a second. Points.
Did you have points.
But listen,
there was so many
but that's
points.
very nice.
Gorley left a long time ago. Nobody even noticed because we were having this stupid argument.
Well, Gorley took a break.
Okay, wait, my sweater. You were complimenting.
Yeah, I was saying it looks nice. We're outside. It's getting a little chilly.
Yeah.
It would be chillier, except we're being warmed by this solo stove, which is very nice.
Stove.
And also these lights. They have these bank lights here because we're also being filmed. It looks a little like when there's a crime scene and they're investigating it at night. You know the way they put those big lights up?
I know.
So that the guys can sort of do the forensics during the nighttime. Do you have a little stroll there?
Yeah, I went home and took a nap and dreamt I was happy.
Oh, and how'd that go?
Not well.
Hey there. Welcome to Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. Joined as always by my good pals, Sona Movsesian, my assistant now for how many years?
14 and like a half.
Okay.
14 and a half
And
years.
for how many of those years do you think you really tried? Be honest.
You want me to be honest?
Yeah.
2.
Okay. And of course, Matt Gorley, you always give 100%.
Oh,
of what you're capable of.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
About 10% of most people.
Yes, yeah. You give 100% of the 10% that you're able to give.
What's your name again?
My name's Conan.
Okay.
It's nice to be here all together, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. Do you like it? Do you like coming in to see me? And
I'm not gonna lie, it's nice to like just kind of get away, drive here.
Well, you live in a madhouse. I think it's fair to say.
Why would you?
No, I'm not putting you down. I'm
You're
just saying.
right. No, it
I
is
think
a madhouse.
any mom who has twin 2-year-old boys who have figured out how to make weapons would probably say that it's nice to come into a podcast studio.
It absolutely is.
Does it hurt to come into 2 other assholes, though?
It does feel like I'm going. Well, are you saying my children
No,
are
that came
assholes?
out
Wait,
wrong.
you just
That
said
came out
other
wrong.
assholes.
That came out wrong.
Her kids are not assholes.
No, they're not. Don't you play all
No, I'm
sanctimonious with
sorry,
me.
but that's not cool.
No,
Yeah.
you're right. I apologize.
I am going from 2 toddlers to 2 other kind of toddlers.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
2 toddlers to 2 asshole toddlers is what I meant.
And so how's your little shithead? I'm sorry. I thought we were into putting people down people's children.
She is. She's really into something called pissy water, which is just seltzer water, which she tries to call spicy water, but comes out pissy wawa.
Oh.
So she all day is going, baby pissy wawa? Baby pissy wawa?
Right.
Yeah.
Child Services is going to hear that, and,
Yeah.
and they're going to think she has to drink her urine.
Well,
there's some kind of weird stuff going on at your
They
house.
say it's good for you.
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
Pissy water?
No,
No, you lost the
urine.
track
I know.
of
No,
it.
that's. I thought that I was saying pissy water like Glenn says it, but you meant piss is good for you. I'm not going to drink my piss.
You're not? Let's all drink our piss right now.
Sure. Okay, I just did, and it's fine. It's a good thing it's a podcast and there's no video. There's video on YouTube! Or wherever you enjoy your videos. See what I did there?
What do you
leaving
mean? Room for
just in case they invent another format, I just make sure that I always cover my bases.
Okay.
I'm very smart that
They
way.
invent there are other
I was
formats.
saying stuff like this on the TV show back in the 90s. I was saying, well, I hope you enjoy this either tonight or when you see it in a rerun or someday when they invent the internet. I remember
You
saying
said this.
I said that in 94.
No.
Okay.
There's actual tape of it that was then destroyed.
Sometimes I feel like you don't even know that the internet exists now.
I'm told it's amazing.
It's not.
Sure, it's got its pluses and minuses.
It's okay.
No, I'm very happy. I like coming in here because no one wants to see me around my house.
Oh.
They're quite happy for me to leave. Oh, yeah.
What do
I'm
they
at that
do
stage.
when you're gone, do you think?
I hear a lot of... It's funny. I hear a Mexican band playing the minute I leave.
You're walking
brass
out there with me.
section and it's weird because there's no band there. But the minute I leave, and then I see catering trucks pulling up, and I see lots of guests showing up, and everyone looks excited.
It's that song when the Ewoks play when they beat the Death Star. Just that whole ta-da-da-da-da.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Okay, imagine you're looking at a scale with everything you do for others on one side, and then on the other side of the scale is everything you do for yourself. And the question is it balanced? I think in a lot of cases, that's probably not the situation. Well, guess what? Therapy can help you clarify your values, find more balance in your life so you can keep being a rock star for others without forgetting yourself in the process. To be honest, I've never been a rock star for anybody. But I get the idea. So if you're thinking of starting therapy, I think give BetterHelp a try. Here's the cool thing. It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. So what you do is you fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. And I think one of the barriers to getting therapy for a lot of people is, I don't know, I got to go in, I got to sit there with this person. It's going to be awkward. What if it's not a good fit? I'm going to feel weird saying this doesn't work for me and not coming back. All of that's eliminated with BetterHelp. So find more balance with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/Conan today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Conan. I have a question for you that you can answer.
Is it Star Wars related?
Yes.
Open
it's about,
for business.
It's about what you just brought up.
Okay.
Which is, I remembered showing my son those movies, and he was, enthralled. And I showed them to him when he was a little boy. He was like, I don't know, maybe he was 6 or 7. And I showed him those movies, and it was a big deal. And then we got to the one where I remembered the Ewoks doing a dance and singing a song called like Jub Jub or something, or Glub Glub.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, wait till you see this. This part, man. I said, this part, I remembered seeing this in a theater, and this is a little rough, but take a look. And we got to that part, and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
What happened? Did they edit it out?
In 1997, Lucas released special editions of all 3 original films, and they added CG, and then in Jedi, they took out the song that they sing, written by John Williams' son, which is like a disco song called Loptinek, and they replaced it with like a blues song, and then they took out that Ewok celebration song and just put in this somber, almost like funeral dirge
Right,
music.
so I looked like a fool because I told my son, check this out. It's really hilarious because it doesn't quite work. Wait till you see this. And then it didn't happen. What was the song? How did it go?
Icha, kunkancha chicha, a kum kum chi chi chi, aliti eowa, yachi pachi tu, racha, richi fachi fu, yub nub, ali utila,
Okay.
And then, of course, they've got the curtain call with old Darth Vader there, dead, but then they switched it with young Hayden Christensen.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want me to keep going on, or are you about to say something?
Can you?
No.
watch-
I was just remembering I have to go have a heart surgery. So I have to leave now, and we're going to have to cut this. Did I tell you that I'm having a quadruple bypass today?
No, you didn't.
Yeah,
but
it's
I
just
haven't even
switched my
gotten
mind.
to the Jabba's Palace.
No. I'm also having both eyes removed. And that's a whole other thing that's happening. Yeah, they're just going
Can
to
you
put...
watch OG Star Wars somewhere?
Yeah, my house.
That's
But
not
doesn't-
your house.
Does
I can come over.
Does Lucas also
it's okay.
does he have a hit squad out trying to find people like you who can sing the song and just and kill you? Because he probably wants it all erased from people's minds too.
I don't think he cares anymore because he sold the whole thing. I think he's just been
he
too
still
wounded
cares.
by
No,
it.
he still cares.
Well, good question. I don't know, but I've got those despecialized editions, they're called, and high def. If the two of you want to come over, we could have a slumber party. We could giggle. We could tickle each other.
You know
we
what?
can
You know what?
borrow them. We can borrow them.
Yeah, or I could say I'm going to come by and borrow them, and just if you don't hear from me, it means I'm coming soon.
No. These are not physical media. These are digital. They're on a drive, so we have to watch them at my house. Or I
I'll
have to
borrow
come
the
over.
whole.
Maybe
Well, why
next
don't you
year's
come
Chill
over?
Chum. Yeah.
We do a
Which I
9-hour
can't
day
go
where
to.
we watch all 3 movies.
I can't be there. I'm having my entire pelvis removed next year, so there won't be a Chill Chums next year. Yeah, it's being replaced with just an old wicker basket.
Yeah, and I gotta drive him.
You got to drive me.
I gotta drive you.
And you
got to
drive me
That's cool,
home
I'll
too,
come along.
and no speed bumps because I'll have no ass on the way
No,
home.
I'll come along, and we'll get those little DVD players for the back of
your
headrests.
massive ass now.
All right, take it easy.
Yeah.
It's been said I don't have much of an ass. Pretty much a...
It's a 2-minute surgery.
Okay, all right.
Hallelujah.
Okay, that's nice, Sona. I don't think people have to know just how bad it is back there.
You don't think people have to? You've been on television for like 30 years.
I know, but usually
They
my ass was
know.
covered, or if the monologue, the ass was facing the other way, and then
You wore
desk.
jeggings on one episode of the show, so
Right.
you know.
But I put stuff back there. I put two irons that you iron clothes with back there. I had these 2 bulbous triangles. Would you shut the fuck up?
What?
You're out of control.
What?
You're out of
What?
control. I let you sing the whole Jub Jub Glub Glub song.
You got the words wrong.
I think I got them right. This has to stop. This has to stop now. What we took away from this episode is that
By episode, you mean mental episode.
the episode I just had,
Yeah.
where you sang the Glub Glub Jub Jub song, then Sona went on this just crazy take that I have a flat ass, which is just not true.
Super hot take. Yeah.
And super hot ass.
Thank you.
Big
What?
Daddy.
Come on, man.
What? I like an ass that you
That's
can hose
weird.
down and that no water stays on it. It just immediately,
Incredible.
you know?
All right.
It's
Well,
like
you
a
know what?
board.
Yeah.
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 Oh, it's incredible.
Yeah.
It splashes back at you.
Yeah.
This is, what are you doing? What are you muttering?
I'm singing the Jabba's Palace song, the original one that they took out.
Oh,
No,
good, good. I really
That's
wanted to
good.
hear it.
Did you?
Yeah.
You know what? I have to move on because we have an amazing guest
I
today.
think they can hang on.
Wait
They
a
can
minute.
wait.
Our guest has a Star Wars connection.
That's right.
Yes.
Qui-Gon Jinn, green lightsaber.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, we were all going to just about to say that, and then I remembered that I was educated. All right, here we go.
Hi, my name is Tom Hanks, and I feel blank about being Conan O'Brien's friend.
You feel blank.
I love it. You don't even give hint words. Could you just put adjective in there in parentheses or something like that?
What's wrong with that?
I feel blessed to be Conan O'Brien's friend. I feel old. What year did the first year I was on SNL and you were back in, we called
1988.
I called you the Boiler Room Boys.
Yes.
It was you and Odenkirk and Smigel in the back.
The guy back in the day when I was working at SNL who was Money in the Bank and still is to this day was Mr. Tom Hanks because he would show up and
caffeinated.
There were the caffeinated, ready to go. Hey, everybody, what have you got? And I remember coming out once, and I swear to God, I think it was maybe 2 a.m. Most hosts, they hang around a little bit. They sense the sadness, the desperation. They smell the odors, and they leave, and then they come refreshed at read-through. I came out and there's this giant, in the conference room, there's this big table and you were sitting there and you had been working on your own idea.
Oh, God.
And you were lying on, they had shoved all the tables together. You were lying on the tables like Christ with some pages over your eyes because you were trying to catch a couple of winks before you woke up and got back to writing at 3 a.m.
I'd always heard that was a great power of the hang, that you got there an all night Monday and all night Tuesday. You're going from, now they kind of take the hosts around and they usher, but I want to get in there and mix it up, because here's one thing I learned about maybe the third time I did the show. There is, you say, hey, you're the host. I say, hey, I have some ideas for some sketches. And every writer goes, well, that's just great.
Oh, my God.
You have ideas that will rob us of the opportunity to get our ideas read. How wonderful. And I would like to say, I don't think, you then learn that, look, you're the host. Concentrate on the monologue and then walk away. But it's a great hang, man. Everybody's carrying on. And
yeah, it's amazing to me that, again, I've had this experience at The Simpsons. I've had it at Saturday Night Live. I've had it places where I worked there and as I left thought, this probably has a little bit of time left. I remember thinking that at The Simpsons, this is going great. I bet you they got a couple more years, but I think I'll step off now and get it. Or the same thing with SNL. I remember thinking, this is great. But the idea that when I got there, I get there in 88. I'm there only 13 years after it begins.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm looking at the wall and it's black and white photos of Aykroyd, Belushi, and it looked to me like Civil War photographs.
Right.
It looked to me like the oldest.
Daguerreotypes.
Yes, oh my God, the olden times. Now, if someone says, hey, let's look at Conan's first year, 1988 as a writer, that looks is ancient. On a giant 1.5-inch brick.
Yeah.
That someone has to put into a machine they don't.
There was a period of time where to watch TV, you needed a $8,000 video deck that had more moving parts than the cars we drove to Conan Land today. Absolutely. But this remained. I went to the Joni Mitchell jam at Hollywood. My wife Rita was singing along with everybody, and I sat next to Fred Armisen. And Fred's we compared notes on how many, listen, I'm a guy who grew up in a house without any women. I know 4 Joni Mitchell songs. They're going to sing 32 of them tonight. I'm going to love it. It's like going to the opera. It's great. But I asked him, because I completely appreciate it. I'm an absolute fan. But I asked him that question that I always, you're trying to say, anytime somebody has retired, I said, when you left the show, did you know that it was time to leave the show? Or, 5 months later, do you start getting cold sweats at the same time you got cold sweats? Do you start writing things? Yeah. And God bless anybody who is a really great thing. They said, no. After all my time there, it was time to move along. Because I come from that school of, you do not walk away from a gig. If they are inviting you to come and be funny, make sandwiches, sharpen pencils, have an idea.
Yeah.
Or I don't walk away from that gig. But I guess after a while it devours you and you got to go along. Or did you get fired, Conan?
Did Leno came and took my writing job at SNL.
Yeah, did you get this? Here's a note from Lauren. Let me open it up. Conan, thank you for all your service. We're not going to, jeez.
No, I burnt out.
I was
and Lauren could not have been nicer. I said, this is a couple of years before he contacted me about the late night show, but I was burnt out and I said, I've got to go. And that's when I went to The Simpsons. I wish I could go back in time. People always say no regrets. I regret
nothing but.
I regret being so intense about that job.
Yeah,
I was way too intense, and I think I robbed myself of some fun that I could have had. I did have a lot of fun, but I think I could have had more fun, and I think I could have maybe written there a little longer if I didn't make it such a grind for myself.
Well, people have asked me what is it about, and I think the creative atmosphere of that is the writer is on the floor producing the piece, and that's not standard stuff. A guy who wrote it with great passion is over there in between sweating bullets and vomiting out of anxiety. He's telling Sting how to do a comedy bit, say, could you make, but I think that's the great power of it. You get to produce the thing that you wrote then and there.
The thing that Lauren does that's brilliant that I didn't exist anywhere else. I'd only worked about 3 years in television before that, but no one had let me near anything. You get to SNL, you write a sketch, and Steve Martin's going to be in it. And Lauren says, well, go in and tell Steve how it should be done and what you're thinking, and then go and talk to the props people about how the restaurant should look. And I thought, I'm 26. I've never been to a restaurant. I don't know. And I remember Lauren once saying to me, what restaurant are we in here?
You bought fast food, but it's so to actually sitting down.
Remember you did a sketch that a couple of us did called Mr. Short-Term Memory.
Oh, God, yeah.
And so we wrote the sketch, Mr. Short-Term Memory, and Lauren called me in and he said, what restaurant are we in? And I said, what do you mean? And he said, are we in Orso? Are we at Elaine's? And I don't know what those are. And I said the worst thing you could say to Lauren. I said, it's a restaurant like in a Carol Burnett sketch. Immediately, 9 assistants took me out of the room.
Wow.
Lauren was immediately anesthetized.
Not that she isn't a legend.
I just thought restaurant, like big menu.
Okay.
Snooty waiter.
By the way, you do have to learn how to survive physically when you do the show. And the last time I did it, I told everybody who was in charge of me, particularly our wardrobe and stage manager people, I said, I want you to understand that my goal on this week's hosting duties is to take as few steps as possible. So I am going to come here and I will get dressed. And where can we get dressed next time? Because I don't have to walk all the way back here. I'm going to take as few
I've noticed that you were sitting in most of your sketches.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that as much as possible. Because look, it's a young man's game, and there was a time that you just, it's just balls to the walls, and you just fill up every minute with activity. No, take it easy, Tom.
I was thinking about your path, your journey, and I was thinking about how growing up, because I know your mom and dad divorce when you're pretty young.
They were never married, but
they were never married.
But yeah.
So they were living in sin, as we Catholics say.
I mean, I honestly, I don't even know. Their story's so crazy. I don't even know what was going on. But
really, after all these years, you still don't know what was going on.
I've heard a lot of different versions. I'll put it that way. But I think they split up when I was really young. So I grew up with my mom.
Right, and this is an interesting thing in Grapevine, Texas.
Yeah.
And so what's interesting is that you have, for anyone who doesn't know, your dad, Ravi Shankar, you come, and your mom as well, both have this musical pedigree, this musical background. So there's some of that, but then you're transplanted to Texas.
Yeah.
And I think that's got to be fascinating because you grew up
you grew up in this environment that had to have influenced you. I mean, if you had grown up in New York City, do you know what I mean?
Or in India.
With
my dad.
With your dad, you might not be you at this moment. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, my history is very different. I mean, it's interesting because I'm a musician, and he passed away, but he was this brilliant musician, Indian musician. And my mom is not a musician, but she loved music. So I grew up with my mom, seeing my dad here and there, and then not seeing him for a long period. And then we reconnected later. But growing up, I was influenced by my mom's record collection. So, yeah.
So who were you listening to?
Ray Charles and Aretha Franklin and Willie Nelson. And
so this is what's fascinating. So you grow up and you're listening to those people, and you're in this, what I imagine is this, is it a small town in Texas?
Grapevine is a huge sprawling town now, but when I was little, it was small.
Right. So you're growing up in this environment, and you were not that connected to the pop music of your time. Is that right?
I was in middle school. I loved Casey Kasem's Top 40 every Sunday. Like, I was obsessed with that for a while.
I just listened to Casey. I would turn off the music. I just fell in love with the voice of Casey Kasem. And,
who's going to be number one?
Yeah. You can buy bootlegs where it's just Casey and then you don't hear the music. I have all of them. They're awful.
There are Casey Kasem bootlegs. I don't know if you've heard of them.
I have.
Really?
Yeah.
Like,
where he loses it.
Yeah.
He has a meltdown.
Oh.
Yeah,
oh, boy.
We should start releasing mine where I have a meltdown.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot.
I want to hear those.
You can actually physically hear me hitting Gorley. But so you were somewhat aware, but you were, I guess, jazz was jazz a bigger part of your life?
It was after a certain point, but I was really into Nirvana and the Violent Femmes at one point, you know, and then maybe like 9th grade, I got really into jazz.
Okay.
And then that's all there was for like the next 5 years. That's all I was obsessed with.
I'm so intimidated by jazz.
So a lot of people are. Even I am, because I'm not really a great jazz musician. It's kind of where I came from musically, but I never practiced enough to really hang with, you know, real jazz musicians and a jam session.
Yeah.
Jazz, that's exactly what they call themselves.
Yeah, I've always thought of jazz music as, you know, you're sitting at the sushi bar and they're like, it's chef's choice. And you don't know exactly. It scares me a little bit, and that's just because I have some mental block. I was all about rockabilly, crazy intense rockabilly, and that was the stuff that pulled me in, and kind of lit me up. You know, I inspired me in so many ways.
It's great music,
but very, very simple, extremely rudimentary. And that was maybe part of the magic for me, is I could play it.
I feel you. I mean, that's why I love country songs, and sometimes you just cut straight to the heart of something with the most simple thing. I think I can't play fast jazz either, so we're in it together. in that term.
There are so many ways in which we're similar.
Yeah, and that's
people are always calling me the Norah Jones of comedy.
We can't play fast jazz.
Because you know,
I think they call you the Jim Jones of comedy.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, because I'm leading my followers to your destruction. Yeah. Well, either way, I'm fine either way. And either way, it's a compliment as far as I'm concerned. Okay. But you know what's amazing is that you grow up listening to these people, and then if you could ever imagine that, okay, you were a huge Willie Nelson fan, Ray Charles fan, you're going to be playing with these people. You did a duet with Ray Charles.
Yeah, I did. I mean,
what was that
crazy.
like? What was Ray Charles like?
He was very nice. We went in for 20 minutes. We did 3 takes of the song, and that was it. But we were all live in the room together. It was amazing. He was sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I know that you have this much longer lasting connection with Willie Nelson.
I've been so lucky to play and sing with Willie like multiple times. I love him so much.
Yeah, he is such a great spirit.
Yeah. Did you see they're having a big show at the Hollywood Bowl for his 90th birthday?
90th birthday.
In April.
Yeah. He is a great advertisement that marijuana is not bad for you.
Exactly.
He and Snoop Dogg will live to be 600.
Yeah.
You know, what's amazing to me is I'm thinking about the first time I met Willie Nelson. He came on my late night show in the early days, and he had that incredible beat up
guitar he has.
Oh, Trigger. Yeah.
That he's played forever. Is it a Martin?
It's a nylon string. That's
a nylon string.
That's all I remember. But,
yeah,
he puts it through an amp.
Yeah, he puts it through an amp,
which is totally cool.
Right. He's got a little drop-in, I think, pickup.
Yeah.
And he plays it through an amp, and it's got a hole in it, as if it had been recovered somewhere, and a rat had eaten through it.
Not the sound hole. It's got a separate.
No, it's got a gaping.
It's got its own. There's the sound hole, and then there's this thing that looks like a ferret clawed its way into the guitar, or clawed its way out, and it's covered in signatures.
Yeah.
And it's all these people. He's had Trigger forever, and it's everyone has signed. He's had all these amazing people sign Trigger, and the show's over. And I said, that's just incredible. He's got like George Jones' signature. He's got all these. He's got everybody. And there's Tammy Wynette, and there's but all these public. And he said, "Yeah, sign it, Conan." And I said, "No, we shall not sully this." And he's like, "Come on." And so I signed it with like a ballpoint pen.
Wow. Oh, you did?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that when Willie got backstage, he wiped it off.
That's cool. I don't think I've signed Trigger.
That was a dry erase marker.
Yeah, exactly. I said, I'll use my pen. He went, no, use this one. Wipes off easily.
Hey there. Welcome to Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. And I don't know why you always laugh at the intro.
We always look at each other.
We do.
Matt
Just
Gorley,
between me and Gorls.
nice to have you here. And Sona, you are, I guess, a necessity.
What?
No.
Thank
come
you?
On, come on. I love you.
Is it a thank you?
I love you.
I love you
that.
too, but there's nicer things to say.
I'm not sure there are.
Okay.
It's a wonderful day out there.
It is.
I just... you guys are always telling me, oh, don't think first about what to say, Conan. Just start talking. And then I do, and you say I got nothing.
But the weather is like lowest common denominator.
But it's also fun when you don't have anything because we get to pounce on you.
Okay, that's good.
Because it's also so against, you're such a preparer. You like being prepared for things.
Yes, I do.
And so this, I think, takes you outside your comfort zone. And I like that.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I was walking down the street.
Okay, this is boring.
It's nice. I enjoy this neighborhood a lot.
I do
too. A lot
too.
of young people, and they shout at me out their windows, which is nice.
Yeah.
And it just kind of makes me feel like, hey, I'm living in a nice little world where people shout out their windows at me. It's usually, drop dead or.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you walk?
Murderer. I get murderer a lot.
Do you walk so people will recognize you?
I'm wearing a shirt that says I am Conan O'Brien.
Okay.
And there's an arrow going up to my head.
You have one of those like Statue of Liberty tax boards that you just twirl around that says Conan on it?
I'm a sign flipper.
Yeah.
I'm a sign flipper. Spinner. That's right. Did a remote, a sign, I'm have a lot of remotes out there. And over the years, people have said, oh, I really like the remotes you do. Not all of them made it to public viewership.
Oh, this one didn't?
Yeah, we did a sign spinning remote.
See, look, we found something.
Don't get excited
this is
yet.
Great.
I'm going to call him out. Matt O'Brien, our one of our writers, I think was on this remote. And he said, oh, this will be great. We got some sign spinners. And he had us shoot it in an empty back lot at Warner Brothers.
Oh.
And I immediately sensed this is a comedy vacuum. Nothing, there's no one to bounce off of here. There's like a sign spinning guy, but he's just pretty serious about it. And he occasionally made puns about sign spinning, and I couldn't do it. And the remote was going nowhere. And then I looked up and I saw vultures circling.
Oh no!
Why did you guys do it on the street
There's a
corner?
kind of vulture that circles when it knows a remote is going down. And if you're in my line of business, it strikes terror in your heart. Exactly. Why weren't we out in the world? We were on the back lot. So I started just saying things into the lens, like, because sometimes I think about the writers watching this later in the edit room.
Oh my God.
So I say little things like, you did this to me, I'll get you. I'm talking into the future. I know this remote will not get made. I know that this is all going down in flames. So I just start saying, having a good time editing? This isn't going to make it. I'm literally talking to the writers 2 days from now who are going to be looking at the footage.
Oh, no.
And so I remember that one. There was that one, and then there was another remote where one of the writers thought it'd be really funny if I hooked up with those people that have those shows where they claim they see the paranormal.
Oh, wow.
And they took me through an empty studio. Again, there's a common denominator here. No other people, open space or enclosed space with nothing in it. And then the person kept saying, I think I maybe see a ghost, but I'm not sure.
Oh.
And me going like, trying to make something happen, saying, oh, not sure, huh? Well, echo, 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 echo. It just didn't go anywhere. Yeah. Those are two. I wake up at night sometimes thinking about sign spinning remote.
Oh my God.
And ghost hunting remote. Covered in sweat.
Those
covered
are the
in
ones
sweat.
that got away.
Those are the ones. No, those are the ones that never were there.
I see.
There was nothing. Okay. They didn't get away. There was nothing there to catch in the first place.
Side spinning seems fun.
Now you're implying I failed.
I don't know. I feel like it sounds to me like it was all there.
No.
Yeah.
And just
yours.
You know, you probably just didn't pull your weight. There's puns. There's signs
what
that
was
are
he dressed
spinning.
Like? Was he dressed like
no, just a normal
Uncle
guy?
Sam?
I think he was just.
There's a backlot.
He was just
Wait
doing.
A minute.
He was
this
doing.
Is your third Uncle Sam. You got to dress like Uncle Sam.
No, I didn't say Uncle Sam. You said
I
Uncle
know
Sam.
I did.
And then you said this is your third Uncle Sam.
I know.
So that's that's so shitty. That is such a shitty. Hey, you keep mentioning scuba diving.
No.
And then I'm like,
let me
what?
explain.
Hold on, what? Yeah, scuba diving. What did you say? Repeat after me, scuba diving. Okay, scuba diving. Ha! You said scuba diving again. What is it with you and scuba diving?
Listen.
Matt, you're terrible. You're the worst therapist ever. Worst therapist ever.
What's even
you
worse,
sit there with the patient and you keep saying things. You keep saying things.
Also, the thing is,
this is
what
Matt.
I'm
This is
talking
Matt.
about hasn't even come out yet.
I know. Oh no. There's 9 reasons why what you just did is a shit show. But I'm just picturing you as a therapist.
But this Easter egg is going to pay off for people when they listen to Summer S'mores, and then I will be vindicated and riding
you know what
high.
I love? You're a podcast expert. I think of those things. What order is it? What's been said? I'm going to contain it to this episode. You're just always shooting off your mouth left and right.
That's because I know
Uncle
the
Sam.
listeners with us, and I know they can do a memento-like time jump back and forth. This is just a prequel.
Okay, this is my impression. Matt Gorley, therapist. So, Conan, I'd like to talk to you. Bowl of corn. Excuse me, Dr. Gorley, what are you saying? Bowl of corn. Dr. Gorley,
why am I a therapist?
Dr. Gorley, why you keep saying bowl of corn? Conan, you seem obsessed with bowl of corn. Did your father molest you with a bowl of corn as a child? No, you said it 9 times. Well, that's it for my impression of Matt Gorley.
This is Conan O'Brien. Therapist. Matt, why do you keep mentioning therapist?
The old switcheroo.
Oh, you know the lingo in comedy. Good for
Thank
you.
God he's on you.
Incredible.
What happened? Go back to him.
No,
Why
go
are
on her.
you?
She really took you down. You got to get her.
I am the T-Rex in Jurassic Park.
Yes.
If I see slight movement, I go to it, and you just stepped out of an outhouse.
Yeah, I know. And you know what? When the glass starts to wiggle,
It doesn't wiggle. It makes little concentric circles.
don't
of
say
movement.
concentric. We get it. You know words. But it does that thing.
Oh my God.
It ripples.
Yeah.
Concentric? Is that a word?
Yeah. My formal name is Concentric O'Brien. We just shortened it to Conan. I was named
Anyway.
my father's a geometry fan.
I was trying to say when you come to the studio, the glasses.
That's true.
Oh, that's
Ripple.
right. You just see it ripple. And then you two jump in the back of an open Jeep and try to escape.
Do you remember when Jeff Goldblum was on the podcast and he left holding a big flare just to get you out of the building? You guys don't really know your Jurassic Park.
Boy.
You know,
I do.
Boy,
Jurassic
you
Park.
went a while.
No,
it
no.
took me a minute.
Can I just say also, you bailed on that as you said it, which is always my favorite thing. And remember when Jeff Goldblum left with a big flare? You guys don't know the reference. Wait, I know the reference.
I saw the look in your eye.
I wasn't laughing, but I know the reference.
I saw you smelling blood, and I just want it out.
Here's a new one.
They were so scared of you.
Matt Gorley, stand-up comic. Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. The other day, Hobo asked me for a bite to eat, so I bit him. You guys don't get it. You don't like it. Why the chicken crossed the road to get to the other side? Why do people hate me? I don't know why they don't like it. It's because he actually crossed the road. That's not the reason why. Well, I've demolished you both.
Hi, my name is Adam Sandler, and I feel sad about being Conan.
Sad?
No. Just because
we've known each other.
No.
35 years.
No, I'm sad because I should give you more. I should give you more.
No, that's good. I like that. I like that.
Because we're very good friends, and I passed your house again. Maybe 2 days ago, screamed out Conan.
You always yell. I tell people this. It's a thing people don't. No one in LA. Everyone lives near each other, but everyone lives behind a hedge, and everyone's real cool about where everyone else lives. And one of my favorite things is this man when he's outside your house, will go, Cody,
yeah,
Cody.
I do, and my kids wait for me to say it now. They just go, all right, he's going to do his thing. Conan, and then they go back to tell me something in their life.
And then the times that you've come over, when you come over to my house, the first thing you say is, I gotta go. No one wants me here. I'm like, no, people are very happy to see you. Everyone's happy to see you.
The party was great.
It was nice.
Christmas bash.
We had a good time.
Perfecto.
Yeah.
I saw your son as a big boy now.
Yeah, he grew
Can't
fast.
Believe it.
It all happened. My son grew over COVID.
Is that what
he went when COVID started? He was this little boy, and then a year later, it was time for him to go back to school. And I remembered him. I dropped him off for the first day back in in-person school, and he got out of the car and stood up, and all the teachers were there, and he kept going and going going, and they were all like, what the hell? Like he had been irradiated with plutonium. He just got super tall, yeah.
What a nice guy, though.
He's
sweet as hell. He did good.
Doesn't love his old man, that's for sure.
No, he's running away. Running away from that.
Oh, man. I wish you had been here because a good friend of yours was on this podcast, Jim Downey.
Oh, man.
And he did one of the funniest openings ever. He did this opening where he said, hi, I'm Jim Downey. This is the former head writer on Saturday Night Live.
All our favorite.
Everybody.
We put him as the number one.
He's the number one. He's the king. He's the funniest, crazy genius writer. Mm-hmm. And Jim Downey's opening was, hi, I'm Jim Downey, and I'm defiantly proud to be Conan O'Brien. And then he went on this long thing about, like, I know people talk about Conan and there's the rumors and stuff, but people say bad stuff about Jeffrey Epstein. And I swear to God, so many people come up to you on the street with this opening. I was in Ireland, and people were like, oh, that Jim Downey opening was, that was. And so he said, they say bad things about Jeffrey Epstein. And I say, wait a minute. Well, no, Jeffrey. And he said, and nothing bad happened to Jeff Epstein. And I said, no. He went to prison and then he killed himself. And he goes, Jeff Epstein? He said, no, not. He said, I'm talking about the New York financier.
Jeff Epstein, man.
And he went, we could straighten this out. Let's call Ghislaine. And you're like, Jesus, this is so dark. But it was.
Isn't he the now? But you were when I was on the show. I was young and
I was there when you came in. We started.
We were together.
Yep.
But you were already established as being great. But when I got I was young and excited, and when Downey gave you a joke for one of your skits, I was like, oh my God, Downey gave me gold. Were you like that too with Downey?
Yeah.
When he gave you something?
If you could get his attention.
Yes.
Because he liked to stay in his office with the door shut.
Yeah.
And we'd all wait for him.
Yes.
And Schneider was the most aggressive. Remember when Schneider came on and he would figure out a way to get into Downey's office.
Yeah.
And then and get help on one of his sketches. The copy, making copies. The Stingerino, and he would get some help from him, and he always figured out a way to get in there. I don't know if it's because he's small or what, but he went in through the keyhole. But we were always mad, like, God damn it, how did Schneider get in there?
They got good.
And then the door would open, and Downey would come out, and I'd go, oh, hey, Jim, so I had this idea, and he'd be like, walk with me, Coney. Walk with me.
Yeah.
And walk with me meant follow him to the bathroom.
Yes.
He'd use the urinal, and I'd stand next to him.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, so anyway, it's a caveman, and he finds a time machine, and flush, washing the hands.
Right.
And anyway, and he'd be like, yep, maybe. Then door shut, and then I could hear Schneider in there again. Yeah. Caveman.
Where are we ordering in from? Yeah, no.
But I think back to those. I think back on those days a lot with a lot of fondness because you came in and it's all these years later and you've conquered the world 75 times over. What I remember is you were such
you were the most enthusiastic person.
Back then, yes.
You were so enthusiastic, and your attitude was, we're at Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Let's get milkshakes. Remember,
yeah.
You loved milkshakes?
Yes.
This is and then they'd bring food in.
They'd pay for them. You couldn't believe it.
Yeah. It's like everything was so wondrous to you. You know what I mean? And now it's like, okay, the Netflix jet is here, whatever. It's like, there's a time when you're young. And you're only that young once. And I had the same thing too, which is, wait a minute. They'd be like, yo, and here's where the snacks are. Well, how do I pay for them? Oh, you don't pay for them.
Oh, man.
You can have those Oreos. What are you talking about? I can have Oreos.
That's so funny.
I can have as many as I want. And it's because you're 23.
Yeah.
Or I don't know how old you were.
I was 23, yeah. Were you 23 when you got on that show?
I think I was 20. I went out to LA when I was 22. I think I would have been 24 when I got started.
That was a good, that was just.
And also, that was the era of kind of nervous, meek Chris Rock.
Oh, yeah.
Because he wasn't getting sketches on. He'd come by and go like, what are you guys thinking about?
Man.
And we'd be like, oh, he wasn't that Chris Rock yet, you know?
Yeah.
And he was...
He became Chris Rock after he left. After he left the show, then he became... I'd call him up and I'd say, what are you doing? He'd be like, I'm working on my stand-up. And I was like, oh, he's like, I think I'm going to do a special. And man, when that special came out, we were all like, oh man, he just whooped everybody.
Yeah, and then it was so funny because I have this memory of, it's like high school, of when the day people first showed up. So I remember you showing up, you were very excited and very confident and happy, and just joy was just coming off of you, which was really fun to be around. I think Spade was nervous. Schneider was like, I'm going to figure this out. Oh, Downey's the key. All right, I get it.
He stayed up late, though. I remember Schneider used to always say to David about, we're here all Tuesday night. Try to stick around, and Spade, around 11, you'd see Spade like, my neck hurts, man. I'm going home. But we did stay late. You always stayed late.
I would sleep there, yeah.
Yeah, we had the best. Those mornings when you'd wake up nuts and your stomach hurt from a whole night of being no sleep, but it was... And then the read-through was around 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock or something. And you were so off. Your brain was spinning around, but you were so
Because you'd been up. We'd stay up. We'd get in early on a Tuesday. I'd come in Tuesday. I'd stay up all Tuesday night into Wednesday. You were there late Wednesday night until your sketch got picked. And then you have to stick around and say, okay, well, this is what the place, this is how I pictured it looking, this is what the costumes, you had to talk to everybody. Right. And then you'd get home kind of late on Wednesday night and you hadn't slept in 40 something hours. And like an idiot, when you're that young, you think, this is cool. This is really like, I'm like a fighter pilot.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I was so wanted to be, I want to be the fastest gun. I want to be on the edge. I didn't sleep for 2 days. I mean, I had these two women who were my roommates in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, Lynette and Anya, and I'd come in and I'd almost like bragging, like, I haven't slept in 52 hours. And they'd be like, oh my, you should just go to bed. My stool is a white gel. I think this is cool. And it's just, and then I realized later on, you don't do good work when you haven't slept.
Yeah, that's true.
I had terrible,
But we were just, and then making sure that they typed it up, right? Remember, because it was back before computers, I think.
Yes, it was.
You wrote it.
On a legal pad.
A yellow pad. We'd write it and hand it to anybody. Claire, I remember, used to work there. A bunch of people, you hand your skid in, and if there was a word off.
Because we're all writing, we're all sleep deprived, and some of us have bad handwriting anyway.
Right, exactly.
And then, so these very nice people would come up to us at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock in the morning, and they'd say, what is this? What is this word right here? And usually it was a filthy sketch. You'd have to say, that's masturbation jizz machine. And this very nice,
Yeah. Oh, I know.
35-year-old woman would go, okay, all right. And then it would get cut. I'll get that sketch on someday. This is reminding me, I don't know when this airs, but just days ago we lost one of the great guitarists of all time, Jeff Beck, passed away. And I was talking to a musician friend of mine, and he was saying, "Did you ever meet Jeff Beck?" And I thought, I don't think Jeff Beck was on our show as a music guest, but I do remember one time where I came out. I used to warm up the crowd myself in the early 90s. I'd go out and I would warm up the crowd and actually like break a sweat warming up the crowd myself. Not so cool, because then I'd do the monologue. No one in America saw that part. I'd start the monologue and I looked kind of sweaty and damp, and people thought he's a nervous wreck. And I'm like, no, I just warmed up the crowd, but no one knew. Anyway, I'm in the crowd warming up the crowd, and there was even a part where I used to sing Elvis's Burning Love as like a joke, and people really liked it because it was so over the top. And I'm doing it, and I finish, and I'm like down on one knee, and Jeff Beck is sitting in the crowd just to watch the talk show.
Oh my God.
And he had, I think, like stood in line, or maybe
No
nobody.
way.
But I don't know, but he went to see the show. And so I'm freaking out the whole show. We get through it. At the end of the show, I'm talking to him out in the hallway, and he's saying things like, "Must be great to have a talk show." And I said, "What?" And he went, you get to have chats with all kinds of people, and you control. And I was like, "You're Jeff Beck.
Yeah.
You're what we all want to be." And he'd be like, and he was sort of shrugging it aside, like, "I know I play a little guitar, but..." And then he's like, "To be able to have different entertainers, and you chat with them, and then there's a commercial, and then you come back, and then there's more of you chatting, and it's just a nice milieu." And I'm like,
I love it.
No!
I would love to hear him describe the McDLT.
They keep the cold, and they keep the hot.
Lettuce, tomato, sesame seed bun.
And then he goes to the McDonald's training facility where they came up with it, and they're like, "Fuck, you're Jeff Beck. I mean, you are original. I mean, Yardbirds, and you're just the original. Good God, it's you, Page, and Clapton. That's it." "Hold on. That may be so, but someone had the foresight to make the tomato crispy and cold by putting it in its own container.
You took 2 styrofoam containers and put them together?
But still, each chamber has its own integrity to preserve the varying temperatures." You're right. Let's call it even. Well, I just want to make sure I get the word out on Shrinking.
Yeah, sure.
It's on Apple TV Plus.
Yeah. Super cool.
10 episodes, of course, and it's executive produced by you and Ted Lasso's co-creator Bill Lawrence and star writer Brett Goldstein, and it drops on the 27th. I say drops.
That's cool.
Because I'm out there in the streets,
That's
and I
cool,
know how
man.
people talk.
That is cool, man.
Yeah. I know they're listening to Kid and Play right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And everybody's doing
Crisscross.
Everybody's doing to Crisscross. They're all doing the worm out there in the playground.
Sure.
And Shabadoo Shrimp is coming by in half an hour.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Wow. Well, it's so funny. This is called Conan O'Brien, He's a Friend. And this is one of those moments where I'm thinking, why aren't we friends?
Right?
But seriously, like I know the area you live in. I could come over there.
I would love that.
That's a weird
Why
way
do
to
you-
say it. That's such a weird. I know the area you live in. I can come over there.
I know. You know, when I say this to women, they get all upset.
Yeah, because it's
and
weird.
then a publicist calls.
Yeah.
I know your gate code.
Yes. Yeah.
So weird. Come on.
Well, is that a weird thing to say?
So close, and then you say, "I know the area you live." I could just come.
I could just come over there, and I did that a lot I said that a lot in my 20s, long before I was even interviewing them.
Yeah.
It didn't go well.
I thought it went great. I thought it went great. Don't let them bully you.
Thank you. I'll show them. You know what? When I say, Jason, when I say I'll show them, it's these two assholes right here.
Yeah.
I'll show them. I woke up Monday to devastating news that Paul Rubens had passed away. And, we lose people all the time. There's always hearing about people that have died. And obviously, some better than others, but it really hit me that Paul was gone. He didn't tell a lot of us, I don't think any of us, that he was sick. He's been fighting, I think, his illness for a number of years. And I just adored this guy. And I think one of the things that people need to know is that obviously the character of Pee-wee was just mind-numbingly funny and surreal and hilarious and original. He was so funny as Pee-wee, but Paul, when he was just Paul Rubens, he was so quick, so razor sharp, such a delightful person, a very sensitive guy. And, I sent this out in a tweet. He would always be sending over on anyone's birthday. If he knew them even slightly, he would fill their inbox that day with all these like silly cartoons and memes about birthday, old Disney cartoons, old weird memes about birthday and cats falling into birthday cakes. And he would do it all day long. And it wasn't just me, it was just anybody that he encountered, he would do this for. And such a lovely way of, we all just want to feel seen or recognized. And for someone like Paul to do that for so many people was just a gorgeous kind of statement. That's a gorgeous statement of who he was. And I have a bunch of memories, but one thing, he came to my Christmas party this year and he brought, I think, 15 gifts, all individually wrapped. And they're all silly things, but individually wrapped gifts. My Christmas party the year before, he brought a Pee-wee Chia Pet head. So I put it out on display this last year and Paul came. And it was, did you guys see him?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
He was there, yeah. And it's hard to believe this is 5 months ago, whatever it was, but he was at the party and he brought all these gifts, so many that Paul died on Monday, and I came upstairs and it really hit me hard, and I walked into the area just right next to my kitchen, and I suddenly saw it, but I remembered we opened up all of them, but there were so many we didn't get to 2, and they're still there wrapped, and I can't do it. Like I cannot open them because that feels like, finishing. I just want to leave them wrapped for right now, and I will unwrap them, but I want to leave them unwrapped. But then the other thing that happened last night, which just is surreal and magical. As you know, Sona, I'm not a computer person.
Right.
And so I've been trying to get better at some guitar licks recently, and I have this really good guitar teacher who's been helping me out, and his technique is he sits with me for like 2 hours, works with me, and then he sends me these files. It's videos of him explaining once again how to do it so I don't forget. And I'm not good at this. I'm terrible at this. So he sent it to me. I pressed the button to download it, and it went somewhere in my computer, and I wasn't sure where it went. So last night, I start looking around in the file part of my computer, which I never do. I never do that. And you can attest that this is not something I do. And I'm looking at like the Google Chrome, and I'm looking at this, and I'm like, where would this go? And then I find a big thing of files, and and I never do this. And I'm going through the whole thing of files and seeing all these JPEG 33, this many millibytes, whatever. I'm sorry.
Really imbuing those with personality that they don't have.
I know. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm seeing numbers and I'm seeing files, and some of them are miscellaneous things we did for the COVID shows, for the late night show during COVID. Some of them are just literally just filled with stuff. And then I see this tiny, tiny little square, and it's this little person. And I'm thinking, that looks like Paul. And I click on it. And it's a message from a year ago that he sent me that I had watched at the time. And it was for my birthday year before last. So it's a year and 2 months, 14 months ago, whatever it was, 15 months ago. And he just suddenly comes up on the screen and talks to me. And I remember this message because I loved it so much and saved it, but I had forgotten. And it's just him talking to me and telling me, in a way, it felt like he was saying goodbye, because it was him saying, how much he values our friendship. And I'm not going to get into, details about it, but it was I was just stunned. And it was, I think, 6 minutes long and really funny, but also just incredibly sweet. And him talking to me. And I just, when it was done, I went in and I told my wife what I had just watched. And she started crying and she said, "Oh my God, good for him." Like he went out of his way to tell people what they meant to him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He went out of his way to be sweet and kind. And, I know I don't know. And I'm sure he did that for a lot of people. And it made me realize what a generous thing to do if, this is just a year ago, so he knows he's not well. And to do that, to extend yourself like that and do that. And it's such a gift, because we lose people and we have no idea how, and this was a nice thing he did. It sounds crazy, but it made me feel so much better. Do you know what I mean? It's like he just showed up on my computer magically and had this nice conversation with me. I don't know. I just I've been thinking about him constantly, and it felt appropriate. He was on the podcast in 2020. And again, this is Paul. This is not Pee-wee. This is Paul. And I don't know how well you guys remember it, but he was so quick and so agile and fast and delightful.
I also remember him being pretty humble about things, not wanting to overstep verbally and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah. He's, I don't know, we shall not see his like again. You have such a musical ear. I mean, you wrote a sketch, those classic Hercules movies. You know what I'm talking about, where they're dubbed, they're badly dubbed, and you can tell they're dubbed, and the lips don't quite match up. And I remembered, I'm pretty sure it was Bill Murray in it, and you were the voice of the dubbing.
Yeah,
It's
it was
Hercules.
It was a Hercules. It was it's called The Return of Hercules, and I always wanted to do a dubbing piece, like based on the old. Again, for someone born when I was in the 50s, these Hercules movies were constantly on, because they just they were on like Saturday afternoon, and it was just the hilariously bad dubbing, and so it was Dana played like the evil king, Dana Carvey. Nora Dunn was the beautiful girl who is Hercules, love interest. And then it's Billy as Hercules. And it was me, and in the sound booth was me, Tom Davis, and Jan Hooks.
Yeah.
And I'm doing Billy's voice and another, like a guard or something.
Right.
Davis is doing the evil king. He's Dana's part. And Jan was doing Nora's voice. And so we were doing it live, and they were like flapping their lips to sort of.
The actors are just moving their mouths. Yeah.
But sort of trying to, it had to sort of look like
they were
we wanted to be 60% on it, And so, but it was just, the whole premise was that Hercules was out of shape. So I don't remember too many of the details, but it was like, this is Tom doing Dana's character, but the evil king is going, "I will make you this offer. If you could pass a test of strength, I will spare you this life." And it's like, then Hercules go, "What kind of test did you propose? What kind of test do you propose?" It's like, "Do you see that boulder? No one, it is that giant boulder. No one has ever lifted it. if you can lift that boulder, I will spare the girl's life. And then I go, I'm sorry, that boulder is too large. I can lift a smaller one.
Such a non-Hercules thing to say. That boulder is too large.
Anyway,
I could lift a smaller one.
And so he pulls a muscle trying to lift the boulder. And then, I can't remember.
Yeah.
But it was just like goofy stuff like, it's Hercules discussing. It's like, oh my God, the mighty Hercules. I don't mean to be cruel, but you have really let yourself go. And Hercules is like, I learned to my sorrow, Laertes, that if you don't keep up your exercise regimen, the muscle turns to fat. Now, I basically was doing Lee Van Cleef.
Yeah.
Basically, sure. I later used, Mike Myers asked me to do that voice for Wayne's World. So I was the voice of her father.
Yeah.
Of the girl's father, who's played by the actor James Hong.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that was my voice.
Well,
yes.
Yeah.
So the now we're encroaching on your era, Sona.
No.
When you were doing the voice, I was like, that sounds like the part in Wayne's World where he's like trying to. Yeah.
There was a piece that you did that I think of as a quintessential Jim Downey piece, and this is when I was there. So this is in the late '80s, early '90s. But you did a commercial parody. It was for a bank that would just make change. Change Bank. And it occurred to me there was something that just delighted me so much, and it's very popular online. And you should go and check it out because you star in the piece because no one could do it as well as you, and you are the spokesperson for Change Bank, and it was you over-explaining what we do at Change Bank. If you give us a 5, we'll give you 4 1s and 4 quarters. We'll also give you and breaking it down into all the denominations. And I remember talking to Jack Handy about this, and he was like, no one loves the comedy of over-explaining more than Jim Downey, telling you much more than you need to know. And it's a very specific way. And there's a music to it. You have a musical ear for that kind of comedy.
But it is something that always made me laugh, just deliberately wasting someone else's time.
Yes.
Explaining something to them that needs no explanation to begin with. But
we got it. We got it.
And so, and I've done a number of pieces where that is like a thread. And I remember one that I'm not even sure if it got on, but it was when the Padres, I think it was like, I was a big Cubs fan, and when the Padres eliminated the Cubs in 1984, it was 1984?
I don't know, and I don't care.
Anyway, okay. But anyway, the Padres, and the Padres were owned by Joan Kroc, the widow of Ray Kroc, who started McDonald's. And so I guess it was a sexist piece. I'm sorry, Sona, but it was Joan Kroc, and the joke was that she didn't know anything about baseball, so she asked to address the team for the game, and it's like, and to the players, I can't stress this enough. When you're at bat, hit a home run. Hit a home run. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I say that. Because
I'll tell you why.
Because when you hit a home run, you get to run around all of the bases. Yeah, all of them. You get to run. You don't have to stop at all. And the players are like, Mrs. Kroc, I mean, we'd like to get started here, and then so Change Bank was just and I wrote that for Kevin Nealon.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid like it was a case of like, I mean, you know me, I'm not like a bully kind of director guy, but I was giving Kevin a lot of notes, and Kevin is like, he was the most beloved.
Yes.
It remains. I just saw him yesterday. Everyone, loved the guy. And I got even on Kevin's nerves a little bit. And it wasn't like a blubbering thing, because Jim, maybe why don't you do it? I mean, I'll be in it, and that was one of the very few times where I went like, I actually would be good for that, just because it doesn't hurt for the to be played by a person with no camera presence. You know,
you look like someone working at a bank.
Yeah, I had on the and I was like really talking a little too fast and too excited about something, and so that was. I have this theory that virtually anyone can act in the right part.
Yes,
and there's a genius in recognizing what someone would do really well, and putting them in that right position. And a great, there's a continuum that ends, say, at, Daniel Day-Lewis, say, who can do pretty much anything, and then I'm down more the other end of that.
I like this. We're in a different environment. I love our home base. It's incredible. I love our little studio. It's very comfortable, wonderful location. But we are today at this incredible hotel. And I have very fond memories of this hotel because I used to live, back when I was writing on The Simpsons, I lived about, I don't know, a block and a half from here.
Really?
I was going to say if you were standing here at this hotel, you could hit my apartment with a tennis ball. But I think I couldn't do it. I think you'd need like a pneumatic cannon.
Oh.
But still, it's close, but not close enough. You can't say you could hit it with a tennis ball. If you had a cannon of some kind.
I don't think people take that literally.
No. Well, I just wanted to be clear. I'm always worrying about the legal. And if I said you could hit it with a tennis ball, I'm worried some listeners are going to say, oh, if Conan was at the Four Seasons on Doheny, he could hit his old apartment on Weatherly with a cannonball, with a tennis ball. And, and then I'm challenged to do it and I can't do it.
Oh.
So I just want to say, please don't sue me for that.
You think you can get sued for that?
It's a crazy country. You can get sued for anything.
I don't think you could get sued for that.
You'll see. It's coming.
Also, if someone says, I bet that's not true, you could just be like, yeah, it is, but then not actually try to do it.
Okay.
All right.
Well, anyway, you didn't help here. I took us down a bad alley, and then you said, let's go further down the alley and then drive in circles. I have fond memories of living here. It was the early 90s. I was writing for The Simpsons.
This is a pretty ritzy area. So were you living that large back then?
Well, I had been working in television at that point. I got started in 85.
Yeah.
And then I worked on Saturday Night Live, and then I came out here for The Simpsons. So I had done okay at that point. I had just purchased a brand new 1992 Ford Taurus.
Yeah.
Which, when you see someone driving a new 92 Ford Taurus in 1992, you know they've got bank.
Oh, that's the Toyota Camry of Fords.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Which was the Dodge Neon of Camrys. So anyway, I was living in this neighborhood, and I remember my mom came to visit me, and she didn't know anything about The Simpsons or didn't watch it, and didn't think it was a big deal. But I remember she came out and visited, and I said, I know a good place for brunch, and just walked her like a block and a half to this Four Seasons, which has the most amazing brunch. And I told her, you'll probably see a celebrity. We did not. But I kept telling her that just random people were celebrities.
You could just lie.
I did lie.
Yeah, okay.
I said, that guy over there is Tony Curtis. And and the guy had already left the room. She just saw the back of a shoe. She was excited. And I don't know. I just have a nice time here. I was a single guy living the life.
What was Bachelor Conan like?
Single Conan?
Bachelor Conan of that era. What was he getting
91 Bachelor. 92 Bachelor Conan. Oh my God. Ladies, look out. Look out. Look out, ladies.
Oh my God.
It's 92 Bachelor Conan.
Oh my God.
Now, I know we're in an era where saying, look out, ladies. It's probably not the way to go. No, I was a kindly gentleman, but I did okay for myself.
Yeah?
Because I'd started to fill out a little bit. I had been way too skinny for years.
Yeah.
And my skin had cleared up.
Oh, good.
I was a little more, I had a little more confidence. I had a credit card.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. I was a little cash in my pocket. They were all like, ladies would be like, hey, I kind of like this guy. And then I'd say, yeah, and where do you see my car? And then the Ford Taurus would come out. And then I'd have a hard time finding them.
Oh, okay.
They would take off. Saw one woman jump behind a hedge.
And you still have your Ford Taurus.
I still have the Ford Taurus.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it became kind of a thing because on the late night show, guests would talk about their Lamborghini or whatever. And they thought that because, Leno has a lot of cars, let's find out what Conan drives. And I would say, truthfully, I have a 1992 Ford Taurus. It's an SHO, that's super high output. So it looks like a Taurus that you'd pick up your kids at soccer practice with, but it's actually got a stick shift inside.
Yeah, that guy fucks.
People's lives up. Did you drive that cross country to New York?
No, I had it shipped. I didn't
Oh,
want
an
it
aristocrat.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want it to be damaged, so I had it put on the roof of another Ford Taurus. And yeah, but I brought it out here. When I bought it, I did not drive stick. I bought it completely on faith. And then my brother Neil, I bought it in Massachusetts. So my brother Neil took me to a supermarket parking lot and taught me how to drive stick. And then I brought it to LA and went right into LA traffic, grinding gears like crazy, but got good at it. Then pulled up at the Simpsons lot in a Ford Taurus. And I think they knew then there's a badass in town.
Yeah.
Who definitely fucks. Yeah. He was born down a Ford Taurus. It's got a stick shift. The gears that grind. And it was, but I lived in this neighborhood and it was really nice. I had a good time. I enjoyed. I loved working in that Simpsons writing room and kind of loved it. And this is the hotel where I met Jeff Ross for the first time.
I thought you were going to say where you lost your virginity.
Where I lost my virginity?
Yeah.
Well, that's true. 4 years ago.
Yeah.
With the help of my wife. But yeah, I met Jeff Ross here because I was being considered for the late night job. And Lauren said, you should go meet with this guy, Jeff Ross. And we met about 15 feet from where I am right now, which I could hit with a tennis ball.
Okay.
If
Back
I
to
had
the tennis ball.
I'm suing.
A tennis ball that went through walls.
Okay.
Anyway, that's my story. So this brings up a lot of nice memories. This hotel, this area. And I like getting out of the studio once in a while.
Yeah.
It creates a new vibe.
You do have a swagger about you today that makes me feel like you're back in your prime.
Because I'm telling you, I'm channeling 1992 single Conan, and I look out!
Yeah.
Here he comes. That guy likes to meet people and
What?
try and buy them
He has
dinner.
a credit
He
card.
has a credit card. Na, 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 na. I've had it 4 years. Na, 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 na.
$1,000 limit.
I've only gone over twice. Na, 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 na.
I like coming to these fancy places because then I know that you can buy us lunch.
I'm going to take you
afterwards.
out for a nice lunch.
Yeah, Is that right?
And you
okay.
know what? And you too. And you know what I'll tell you, Matt? You don't know this. It's 2:15 in the afternoon. And if there's one thing I know about Sona, she's having wine with her
I'll
lunch.
join you on that. Are you kidding?
Yeah. Let's wind
Hey,
it
and
up.
David's driving. So I'll.
Well, he's driving you.
He drove me.
Yeah. But we drove ourselves. I drove in a mildew car.
Yeah, you're going to be wine drunk driving in a mildew car.
Yeah. You're going to be pulled over by the police, not for your swerving, but because of the odor of your car.
I know.
Toxic output.
All right. Peace out, Tupac.
A number of episodes ago, we talked about how you lost your beloved and I think long-term leather jacket.
What?
Well, weren't you in a long-term relationship with this leather jacket?
I bought it and I wore it a lot.
Aren't you burying the lead, which is she lost her house? She lost her house and her leather jacket was in the house.
This is the first I've heard of that.
Okay, yeah. You're a real sensitive guy.
My house burned down.
You lost your home in the Altadena fire.
Yes.
And you are still living with your parents?
Yes.
Okay, well, we won't get into that too much. There's some stress there probably.
It's okay.
It's all good.
It's-
I love your mom. I love your dad.
Okay.
But your mom can be a bit much.
Oh, wow. Oh,
no.
we're going to clip it and show her.
Quoting you.
Yeah, what?
I love her. I don't know
What
what your
did you
problem is with
say?
her.
What
said,
did you say?
I love her.
Okay.
And I was quoting you and you said you and your mom clash sometimes.
We do
You're
clash.
two strong personalities because you love each other very much.
I adore my mom, but we have a generational divide and a cultural divide.
There you go. So anyway, house burns down.
Yes.
And among the things you lost was the leather jacket you've been wearing since the day I met you.
Yeah.
You've had that jacket forever.
I
and
have.
sometimes I would kid you about the jacket because
Sometimes.
you would wear it every day. You wouldn't mix it up too much.
Okay.
I
I loved that jacket.
I'm sorry it went. And what did I do?
What did I do?
I forget.
Oh my God.
I forget what I did.
Oh my
okay, then I guess we
God.
have nothing else to talk about.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. So they still make this jacket, and I found it, and you very generously offered to buy me a new one.
Mm-hmm.
So I went with your credit card, which I have,
Yep,
and
I know.
bought a new jacket for myself.
I got an alert
yeah.
that they were very suspicious of you using my card.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, but then I realized what I did was I just bought you like ammo for me.
Yes.
And that's not, I don't know why I did
That's
that.
why he did it in the first place.
Yeah.
There was a jacket I made fun of, and then it was lost in this tragic fire. And I needed the jacket replaced immediately so I could make fun of the jacket. I could make fun of the jacket
so ironic
again.
because you're sitting here in a leather jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I'm sitting with Mad Max and the Red Baron right now.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
It's not the problem is not that it's a leather jacket. I love leather jackets. It's just that she only wore one jacket, and I swear to God, you wore it to everything.
I did wear it it fit me like a glove. It was like stretched in.
When your kids were christened
snug.
in that beautiful church,
Okay.
and I was the godfather, and it was a beautiful ceremony. I'm wearing a suit. Liza's wearing a dress. People are wearing robes. You're there wearing Dr. Zayas' jacket from...
Okay. Come on. It's so cool. Don't I look cool in it, though?
No one looks cool who says, don't I look cool?
Yes, I do, though. I look so cool
It's
in
a great
this.
it's a great jacket, and I'm happy. And you know what?
It's
I'm happy
small.
that you got this back.
Yeah, me too. I am too.
I'm
It
glad that
really
it's
felt
reclaimed.
good. A lot of the things that we lost, we've been trying to find versions of it. And
There's one thing in particular, isn't there, that you guys lost a poster? What is it?
an animation cell from King of the Hill
Oh.
that Tack loved. And so it's the first time I've ever really done this. I asked Greg Daniels,
my old writing
who's
partner
your
and
old
good
writing,
friend.
and who I've gotten to know really well over the last few years, and not few years, but a
Many
very
years.
long time I've been working for you. And I asked him, I said, do you have any or know where I could get one? And he gave Tack the exact one that he lost. And it felt like it was just coming back from the dead.
Greg, you're a mensch.
That
He's
was
a really good guy.
Cool. It was really nice.
Shout out to Greg Daniels.
Yes.
That's so nice. So
Yeah.
you're slowly you're going to rebuild your life by getting back some of the objects.
Yeah. Oh, I lost $100,000.
That's a lie. You're just lying now.
And
and guess what? It had real sentimental value.
It was all special bills.
I remember that paper bag of $100,000 with $100,000 that meant so much to you.
Special to me.
Yeah.
And I really wish I had it again.
Well, I guess there's one thing we can do.
What are you gonna do?
Get some Monopoly boards. Get a lot of fake money and put it together. No, but I bet you there are a bunch of things we could go through and get back.
I hope so. I mean, it does feel like you're bringing things back from the dead, which is cool. This jacket meant a lot. I loved this jacket, and I really thank you for doing it.
Well,
although I do know you're just doing it
No.
so you could
That's
keep
not
the riff going.
No, that's part of the reason I did it, but there's 10% of it. 90% was keep the riff going so I can continue to bash away at you. And then there's 10%, which is I love you and I want you to be happy.
That's very nice. Thank you. Thank
But
you.
90% total.
Yes, I know.
Guns blazing.
I know. Yes,
Gotta
I
get
know.
you.
I know.
Make you feel bad.
Sure. I know.
Well, so it had a happy ending.
Yes.
Did you? You didn't lose anything in the fire, did you?
Oh, I'm sorry to say I didn't. No.
It is weird. There's a survivor's guilt.
Of course
Is
there
there
is.
really?
I'm telling you,
for
there is.
sure.
There is totally a survivor's
Like
guilt
when we
in
did
LA
that-
right now. When I've talked about this, but I've been very open about the fact that fire got really close to my house and filled it with smoke, and I'm still not back in it. We've been out since the fire, so it's been months now since I've lived in my house, and it all has to get cleaned out and everything. But you can't. There's nothing. I'm grateful. I'm very grateful that my house still exists. And if I ever catch myself saying to anybody, my sneakers, my Brooks sneakers got a little, they have good arch support for when I run in. Well, they got a little smoky. And so they have to be wiped off because they got smoky. And then you're probably standing next to somebody who lost their house.
Yeah.
So keep my mouth shut.
You lost your house. You can't go back to your house. That's why I feel like I have guilt all around, survivor's guilt all around. I feel like I want to sleep in a tent in my front yard.
You should.
No, that's going too far.
You should.
I can't.
It would
And
feel
you should
really
fill
good.
it with smoke.
yeah.
Toxic smoke. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad that
Thank you.
we got that back, and we'll get other things back.
Thank
You'll
you.
see.
Thank you.
I was on a hike literally yesterday, and I got stopped by these two dudes that were like, "Oh, hey, you look like Glenn." I was like, "Yeah, I was on this show." And then they go, "Hey, did they kill you off, or like, did you want to leave?" And they gave me like two options of like, did they force you out, or did you want to leave? And I was like, it's not like that. Like, and I was with my children, and they were like really trying to get to the meat of like, was I pushed out or not? And for me, I'm like, I don't have time to explain this to you, first off, because I have two children. We got to go home. It's sweltering. It's a hike. But also, I was trying to, I didn't know how to succinctly say, like, sometimes you just accept what it is and you just go with it. Like, there's no tension behind any of those things. Like, when someone presents to you after 5-6 seasons on a show and they go, hey, looks like this is the end for you. And also with the added like bonus of me having a comic book issue come out 2 years prior that says I'm done.
Right.
You go like, okay. Like, am I scared? Am I kind of worried about what's coming? Like, perhaps, but also, okay. Like, that's just what that is. Like, I'm not going to go like kicking and screaming.
But also, to the point of what you brought up before, which is you can't bring it with you. You made this, I don't know if it was a conscious decision, but somehow you knew, okay, I'm leaving this experience and I'm not going to try and replicate it, duplicate it. I'm not going to try and find this someplace else and keep it going.
Yeah.
It's time to change it up.
Yeah. And I don't even know if it's that conscious. I just think it's like manifest for me as like my police voice in my head says, if you do it again, you're a hack. And so I just don't do it again. I can't. I cringe for me personally.
Right. Also, it's not like your character could have come back because they made it so clear. The way in which you departed that show was so unbelievably brutal. One of the most shocking things I've seen on television, and I'm including my own early work. In 93, 94.
So good.
But I was just, it was not like Glenn could come back and go, I've got a terrible headache.
Yeah.
And my eyes knocked out, but I think I'm okay.
Yeah. And that's it too. Like those are the blessings that I feel like I've gotten in my life, which is like an absolute door shut.
Yep.
Like there's not like a crack in the door. It's like this is slammed shut and it's like barricaded. You can't come back in. What are you gonna do? You're gonna like petition outside the door? Like they're not gonna open it.
I have to say, because you and I have been friendly and know each other, and I really like you, I will admit, the actor who plays Negan, who killed you with a baseball bat.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. He came on our shows at Comic-Con. And I swear to God, it was an effort for me to not have attitude. And I'm an adult. I am an rapidly aging adult who's in show business and understands. I had a little bit of trouble, like, you fucker.
I feel so bad for
killed
Jeffrey,
my friend.
man.
And it was in there a little bit. I think I cut him off a few times on his anecdotes. Or I read the notes and read ahead to what joke he was going to do and got there first. Yeah, more like a grapefruit, right? What? Well, that's all the time we have for this asshole. Murderer. Why don't you get your bat and get the fuck out of here?
Oh, God.
Friend killer.
He had such a hard gig to like show up, displace the foundation of the show, and then like continue on.
Yeah. They didn't stick around.
Like be there.
Now, let's show the lighter side of Negan.
Yeah. Wild.
I want to make sure that I talk about this because you've written a book which could be of help to people, which is how to write a funny speech. You say for a wedding, bar mitzvah, graduation, and every other event you didn't want to go to in the first place.
Yes.
And your foreword is by none other than Carol Burnett. How did you pull that off?
Carol Burnett. Well, I've written for Carol. I wrote for her 50th anniversary show, her 90th birthday special. And so I've got to know her casually. Yeah. And she's amazing.
She's a magical person.
Oh, my God. Isn't she? So I reached out to her. And I said, I have this book, and if you'd be kind enough to write the forward. And of course, approaching somebody like that, I'm always with, but if you can't do it, I totally understand. No problem. No harm, no foul. And she was like, yeah, send me the book. So this is on a Friday, okay? Sunday, she calls me. She goes, I read the book. I loved it. I'm happy to write the forward. I mean, who does that?
Would not be me. What is this about again? Conan, we've talked 7 times. No, it's really lovely that you got her to do it. And the advice in here is very smart, good advice for people. I think about how to be funny if you're going to give a speech. The most important is length.
Yes.
And I can't tell you how many times I have witnessed someone, they get their laugh.
Yeah.
And you're like, good. And then they keep going.
Right.
And you're like,
We're
no.
talking to you, Adrian Brody.
Just witnessed that I was backstage at the Oscars, and I so wanted to. I thought, it's late in the day. Don't be a dick. So wanted to go out there and say, you thought the Brutalist was long. It would have been it was just such a softball hanging there. And I thought,
how close were you to do?
Very close.
I could see where you.
I was, for a second, I almost said that speech needed an intermission. But then I thought, I'm going to see him in a minute, and his payback's coming from the world. People telling him for the rest of his life, why?
But what you said, how many people get up and do a speech, and they don't say who they are. They just start talking about the person, and you're sitting there 3 minutes in going, is this his aunt? Is this a teacher? Who is this to this person? I mean, it's just important to get up there and go, hi, I'm Aunt Betty, and I've known so-and-so since they were born, you know?
Yeah.
Just something as simple as that.
Gives you a connection.
Yeah.
I always get up if I'm giving a speech and say, I was this person's lover. It's often not true, but it just gets you right away.
That is a great opening line.
Yeah,
actually.
we were lovers. It was a very sexual and sensual relationship. I've noticed something that a lot of people, it's a whole generational thing, they read off their phone.
Yeah.
Which I find a little off-putting.
I don't like it either.
I don't like it either. And I've seen people do it at serious, big, like there's a casket there.
Yeah.
And someone's like, well, my father, and they're like, wait a minute, I'm getting a text.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It is weird. Part of the advice we give in the book is you don't have to memorize it, just if you have a card, have some bullet points.
Yes.
But also, practice it in front of someone who's going to be at the event that knows the person. That's a good idea too. But reading is, that's a big turnoff.
Also, leave room, space, like have ideas of what you want to say, but leave space for what's happened in the last 10 minutes.
Uh-huh.
So that I'm looking around for, okay, I think I know what I'm going to do. But if a coffee urn exploded 2 minutes ago,
yes.
Don't just lock into, nope, this is what I wrote last night.
Mm-hmm.
Make room for the coffee urn.
Yeah, be in the moment.
Be in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And people react to that so beautifully. Humans know when something real is happening. I don't know how I like humans. These humans I've encountered in my time here on Earth, but they do. They know when something organic is happening,
Mm-hmm.
and they can also sense when it's not.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a lot of jokes in there, jokes to steal for the events, but the beginning, middle, and end, it's really not all that difficult.
People can make it harder than it actually is.
Yeah, and look at it. It's handy, right? Small. It's not a giant tome.
It's not a tome.
No.
This is not a this is not a Torah. What's the stick you read with?
Hey, thank you for the Jewish reference.
Well, I said the stick. So I don't think I get a lot of what? Adam, the what?
The yod.
Yes.
The yod?
Fellow Jew in the group.
How to write a funny speech for a wedding, bar mitzvah, graduation, and every other event you didn't want to go to in the first place, with a foreword by Carol Burnett. And it actually is a very helpful book. And this was nice to get a chance to sit down with you and talk to you because you're such a fixture in the comedy business that in all the best ways that I'm constantly seeing you and we're crossing each other in busy hallways, and there are showgirls and people dressed as horses, and
That's right.
people dressed as German soldiers, and you're on in 5 minutes. Hey, Carol, how's it going? Hi, Conan. And we pass each other. So this is really lovely that we got to do this.
And you know what I wanted to say, because I would be remiss if I didn't. I mean, to host the Oscars is really a tough gig. It's really, really tough. But I will tell your audience that beforehand, when I went to Wish You Luck, you said, you know what? I just want to have fun out there.
Yeah.
And you did. And that's amazing.
That was the mission, was obviously do a lot of work beforehand and prepare.
Yeah.
But I was determined to, it actually is the thing that's helped me a lot on the podcast and the late night shows over the years, is I learned a long time ago, if I'm having fun, it's going to work. So I can't contrive that. I just have to figure out situations and things to say that I'm going to have fun doing.
Yeah.
And put enough of those together where I will have fun. And if I'm having fun, people will start to have fun.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you really weren't all that nervous going out.
I would say I had.
It's yours.
Oh, really?
Oh.
I'm getting a text right now. No, it's a spam call. I don't know why and it's all turned off, by the way. I don't know why it made a noise.
It was vibrating.
So I put it on vibrate, so I have a central experience.
And then I just on you though.
Well, it doesn't have to be at this age. Just hearing something vibrate gets me all hot and bothered. But no, I'd be lying if I said I did a lot of preparation. But when the time comes to and they tap you to go out, let's just say you're focused.
Yes.
I'm not a nervous wreck, but I am very aware.
Yeah.
You go into that tunnel vision, which I'm sure, you've had a million times. When it's time to go, I don't think nervous is the right word for it.
Right.
Because I'm nervous when I go to the dentist.
Yeah.
It's a different feeling. It's a real intense, everything narrows.
Yeah.
Everything narrows to like a pinpoint of light. Anyway, congratulations on the book.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for coming.
Oh,
and
come on,
we'll come on back.
We
have a lot to talk about.
I
We sort of have a lot to talk about.
How come I'm the only one not talking like this?
Yeah, because you haven't had a small stroke.
It's been a while since we've done some voicemails. Do you guys want to stop bickering and stop playing slap ass? I see what you're doing. Let's do some work.
Can I just say, Sona tried to grab my water and read the label. I didn't like the intrusion, so I went to just give her a little bing with my pen, just a little swat.
That's my pen.
No one likes a tattletale.
Yeah.
Snitches get stitches.
Yeah, I don't
Snitches get stitches, or they get lightly tapped with a pen. Okay, let's go.
Okay, we're going to do a voicemail. We haven't done this in a while.
Let's do a voicemail.
All right, Eduardo, hit it.
Hi, Conan. My name's Arnold. I was wondering if it's possible to be intermittently funny. Sometimes I nail it, and I think about comedy and like to do it, but other times it just falls flat, But I was also wondering last spring, dug myself this little pond here, got the tractor halfway stuck in it. It's a good old 78 International. I'm still not figuring out how to pull that out, but you get ideas. There's my number here. All right, bucko.
There's no way this is a real person.
Is that real?
That is not a real person.
I think it's real.
I think it's not a real person. Whoever you are, my hat's off to you. Fantastic performance. No. Now, Conan, I'm going to... What are you talking about? Now, bucko? Now that they're my 78 International? No.
Well, what if it is? Now you've hurt his feelings.
I know.
No. Listen, first of all, no one's funny all the time. Well, that's not true. There are exceptions. But everyone's intermittently funny. Even the greats. The greats are intermittently funny. No one's funny all the time. And sir, if this really is you and you are a real person, what did he say his name was?
Arnold.
Yeah, not a real person. I just don't buy it. Do you?
I'm very gullible. I believe everything.
I don't think it's a real person.
You guys don't think so?
So I listen to 700 voicemails, and I can tell. I feel like I have a good sense now of what's fake and what's not. Yep. I think Arnold's real.
I agree.
I've heard a lot of people try. I have heard a lot of voicemails of people putting on an affect or whatever, and I feel like
it occurred to me that he might be fake, but ultimately, when I listen, I think he's real.
Can we start listening to it again, and then Eduardo, when I give you a signal, stop it so I can give different notes. Here we go.
Hi, Conan. My name's Arnold. I was wondering if it's possible to be intermittently funny. Sometimes I nail it, and I think about comedy and like to do it, but other times it just falls flat, you know. But I was also wondering last spring, dug myself this little pond here, got the tractor halfway stuck in it. It's a good old 78 International.
That's the part that I think is fake.
No.
That's the part I was in. I was okay with it. I was suspicious, but in. But then he brings up, for no reason, he crams in this thing about, he says, I was thinking, and then he brings up, I got my tractor stuck, the old 78 International, and digging myself a hole.
Is that a real tractor?
Yes, but I'm not buying that part.
No,
Are
I
you with
believe
me?
it. I believe it. I think I like to think that there's a guy named Arnold somewhere who's wearing overalls and listening to this podcast, and he likes to think he's funny, and he looks up to you as a comedy person.
Well, listen, I'm not trying to hurt anyone's feelings, but I'm telling you, as a professional, I had a show, and one of the main comedic staples of my show was me being interrupted by kooky characters halfway through. After the first guest for years, thousands of them, and they sound like this guy.
I understand your suspicion, but I mean, I had a flag raised too, but ultimately, it still feels on the real side to me.
Me too.
Yeah.
I think he's real. How do we find out? Can we find out?
Can we call him? I guess we have his number.
we have his number. We can call him.
Can we call him?
Yeah, let's
Can we call him now, or should we do that later?
Also,
what if he answers the phone? I say hello.
What do we do if he's real?
Noted. Hello, you've called the home of noted voice and character actor Charles Winthrop Charleston.
Voice and character actor and tractor collector, enthusiast.
And tractor aficionado, Charles Charleston Charles. What's this? Oh, you're looking for... Oh, Arnold, is it? Well, hold on a second. Gargle, gargle, gargle. Way.
I'll also say, before we call him, this voicemail is like from like February, so he called a long time ago.
He's probably still pinned under a tractor.
Yeah.
Just, you know,
I'm sorry. I don't want to hurt anyone's...
do if he's real?
Well, I'll fix it.
Okay, so I don't want to say anything because I'm scared and nervous.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging.
She'll tell us a lot.
7-0.
Damn it.
Try again. Let's try again.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated
One more
voice
time.
messaging system.
I think if there's a third call, people will take it seriously. Otherwise, he's just
phone might be
unavailable. Yeah. I know, it goes straight to voicemail, right?
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Well, let's leave a message.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hello, Arnold. This is Conan O'Brien calling from the podcast Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. I got your message. I have some questions for you. I hope you're well. Don't worry about being intermittently funny. That's all of us. I just want to chat with you briefly about the old 78 International. I'm a bit of a tractor fan, so please call me back. Yes.
Tell him he can text at that number.
You
or
can
call.
text us to this number and we'll get in touch with you. Yes, interested to have a little talk. Yes. You're a good guy. Over and out.
Okay, well, we hope to have more on this in a later segment. That's all we can say.
I'm very... And listen, Arnold, I don't mean to impugn you in any way. It's just that when you started to go on about the Harvester, I mean, the International 78 tractor, it felt like you were... It felt to me like you were piling on a little bit. Like you were really trying to give it an extra dose of the good old country feller. And that's, to me, felt like maybe you're doing a voice.
See, I thought he was a real person who does want to be funny and works with tractors and thought it might be funny if I name check something super specific.
Yeah.
But in what context does he bring up the tractor?
Exactly. He's funny. He's going non sequitur. He's going out of context.
Okay, you are thinking about it way too much.
I'm with Gorley. I think that he knows what he sounds like, and he's like, I'm digging a pond and my tractor fell in it, and that's really funny. And I agree, it is really funny that the tractor fell in it.
I think it's sad. A 78 International, that's a great old tractor, and I'm sorry that his tractor fell and got wet.
I don't know anything about tractors.
Adam, you're with me, right? I'm not alone on this.
If it's worth anything, I looked up his area code 707, and it's it's a California area code.
Oh.
Where in California?
Where in California?
If it's Central California, we're still in business.
The 707 area code serves the cities of American Canyon, Arcata, Benicia,
rural, agricultural, California.
Yeah.
Tractor land, USA.
So many ponds.
I don't know. Possibly.
Well, that wasn't really a Californian
not
rural
at
accent.
all,
That
I
was
know.
like
I know, that's the other thing. That is
Southern.
First of all, he sounds like he's narrating an old Southern story, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Well, puts me in mind of an old tale. I mean, he should be. You know what I mean? He's
Arnold. Call us and don't fake it. Tell us for real. Call back and let us know, please, Arnold.
Yes, thank you, Arnold.
We'll continue this later. To be continued.